Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, everyone. God level undead, the country will take me to rob the tomb. Chapter 61. Little God King Chen Mo, LV 45. A complete set for the whole body, a diamond level suit War Spirit Heavenly Power set. The effect of a single piece has already surpassed that of the same level countless times. The 3-piece set, 6-piece set, and 9-piece set can each activate a diamond level special effect. In addition, the little god King Chen Mo himself is also a Taoist genius. Before the war started, Bai Ling told Lin Chuan everything she knew about Chen Mo in the flash of lightning. The Chen family is proficient in 5 elements magic. Their family has a superb secret technique of clones, called the incarnation of One Qi. According to legend, One Qi transformed into 3 pure beings that was born out of the Taoist court. In addition, Chen Mo seems to have mastered a diamond-level rare item of heaven and earth like a battle suit, which can consume crystals and increase his combat power to the god of war level in a short time. You have to be careful. Does this guy also have rare items from heaven and earth? Moreover, this miraculous object of heaven and earth can actually give him the strength to become the god of war in a short time. As expected of the little god king. It's indeed a bit tricky. But this is diamond-level equipment. It made Lin Chuan's heart itch. As long as we win it, the star level of Babu Pagoda will be stable. This cannot be ignored. Wood Element Secret Technique. Tentang Prison. Chen Mo took action, and once the war started, there was no longer a look of anger on his face. Instead, he was calm, his face full of calm. This is the mentality of many strong players when they compete seriously. Always keep your heart as clear as ice. Don't be carried away by anger. He popped it out with one finger. A dark green light spot was hit by him towards the ground at several times the speed of sound. The light hit the ground. Then, a burst of green ripples spread in all directions. At the same time, the sky-reaching vines wrinkled and turned into several cages like tornadoes, strangulating and imprisoning Lin Chuan, Shikigami Tenyu, Electric Dragon King, and Fire Dragon King respectively. This move is not very powerful, and its main purpose is to separate Lin Chuan from his 3 strongest undead. I have to say that this little god king is indeed very strong. Moreover, the tactics are used very well. If the undead are gone, they will not be at the mercy of others. In the surrounding area, Little Vulcan, Little King Wu and others were all paying attention, nervously watching Lin Chuan versus Little God King. These 2 people can be said to be the strongest duo in the current 13 northern provinces. Lin Chuan, Little God King, your Taoist skills can't trap me. King level Tianyu Dragon Flame. Bright Fist. The huge fist shadow was dozens of feet in size, and the fist flames were entirely composed of King level Tianyu Dragon Flames. The big purple fist suddenly shattered the vine cage. The Electric Dragon King moves extremely fast and is not restrained by the vine cage. On the other hand, the Fire Dragon King and Shikigami Tenyu didn't move fast enough and were imprisoned by the rapidly spreading cage. Lin Chuan wanted to use undead teleportation to recall. I found it didn't work. Upon closer inspection, it turned out to be the cage where the Fire Dragon King and Tianyu were imprisoned. There are actually several diamond-level regular props and space talismans sealed inside. The laws of space are temporarily blocked. Lin Chuan could not be summoned. Chen Mo sneered. Haha, without the undead, how can you fight with me? Lin Chuan. Then use your fists to smash your dog's head. That's ridiculous. Chen Mo narrowed his eyes. The natural disaster war gun in his hand burst out with black light. This war gun was originally as black as ink, and was wrapped in the aura of disaster. At this moment, Chen Mo seemed to be holding a light of darkness. Boom, falling from the sky, swooping down like a meteor. The speed is very fast, several times the speed of sound. Lin Chuan was full of fighting spirit and extremely excited. He felt a sense of crisis when facing Chen Mo. Since my debut, I have only had this feeling once when facing Shikigami Tenyu. This little god king is very strong and deserves to fight with all his strength. Thunder Dragon Armor. Lin Chuan consumed the lightning spirit strain in the storage module. A blue shirt made entirely of thunder, extremely windy, covered his body. At the same time, Lin Chuan sacrificed 8 pagodas. Use multiplication effects. The effect of the Thunder Dragon shirt is ×2. Boom. Lin Chuan shook the little god king's natural disaster gun with his bare hands. There was a bang. The terrifying shock wave exploded immediately, destroying the earth instantly and creating a huge sinkhole. Next, bang bang bang, shocking duels began one after another. Lin Chuan and Chen Mo faced each other head-on for 50 moves in a row. The sky exploded and the earth was filled with ravines. Chen Mo became more and more frightened as he fought. His equipment was almost one dimension higher than Lin Chuan's, and his level was also higher. Moreover, his family's spear skills and Dao skills are among the best. How could this stinky dog named Lin Chuan compete with him? Big flame finger. Dragon flash. Lin Chuan's figure looked faint, avoiding Chen Mo's blow. Then the curse of death and withering pressed on the palm of his hand and hit Chen Mo. Unfortunately, the effect has not yet taken effect. It was offset by the diamond effect of the Tianquan set. Boom. A bead suddenly appeared next to Chen Mo. The bead was filled with black mist, filled with a strong aura of death and decay, and then exploded. The Tianquan 9-piece set has a diamond-level entry that can block 3 fatal threats. Chen Mo, alerted, immediately stepped back several hundred steps and distanced himself from Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan secretly sighed at the pity. I should have slapped it on your face, so that it could be penetrated directly into the body and it would not be offset. It's a pity that I only photographed your armor. But it doesn't matter. I'll see how you escape in the next shot. With that said, Lin Chuan activated the violent blood state. With super speed dragon power. Lin Chuan's own speed is 4971.5 plus 3000, and the Thunder Dragon jersey and doubling increase his speed 6 times. The bloodshed tripled again. At this moment, the limit speed has reached 143,487. Of course, this is a theoretical speed, and the air resistance of acceleration and body load must be considered. However, Lin Chuan was still able to increase his speed to over 40,000. In a flash of lightning, he immediately arrived in front of Chen Mo. At the same time, the Electric Dragon King also took action. Attacking from the front and back, it is like being flanked by 2 sides. I like your Scourge gun. 100-turn electric gun. The Electric Dragon King held a ball of thunder and lightning in his hand, which turned into a constantly rotating electric gun. At extreme speed, he reached behind Chen Mo and stabbed Chen Mo in the vest. Chen Mo never expected that he would not be able to get any advantage from Lin Chuan. And if this continues, he may be defeated. Wonderful objects of heaven and earth. Eternal life armor. The battle suit is here. Boom. Chen Mo finally summoned his wonders of heaven and earth. A flowing immortal garment that covers the outside of the body. It's a bit like the silver armor of Fei Peng, the general in Sword of Sword. As soon as it appeared, it replaced his original armor. The light is overflowing, and the power of law is flowing. And Chen Mo's combat power is also increasing crazily. You can see that a torrent of crystals is pouring out of his storage module for almost no money. Pour it into the long suit. This wonder of heaven and earth consumes a lot of money to use. Tens of thousands of colorless crystals are consumed almost every minute. Lin Chuan, you're the first person to push me to this point. You are already proud enough. Boom. God of War power manifested, and Chen Mo knocked away the Electric Dragon King with one shot. The battle suit of immortality, invulnerable to all means, innately invincible. Lin Chuan, how will you respond this time? Terrible fighting spirit soared into the sky. The little god King Chen Mo has energy and blood like a dragon, and his body is burning with blazing flames. In the dragon tomb, he is as bright as a big star. One shot sent the Electric Dragon King flying to the side. Boom. The Electric Dragon King was whipped away. Bang. It hit the mountain wall, and a huge crater was immediately created in the mountain wall hundreds of feet high. Shocking spider web-like cracks spread to all directions. The Electric Dragon King was severely damaged by just one move. His internal organs were shattered and the pain was excruciating. At this moment, the little God King completely displayed his invincible appearance at the God of War level. The gap between the God of War and the quasi-God of War is simply a world of difference. The distance between that line is simply 10 times greater than the distance between a level 1 professional and a quasi-war god. Lin Chuan was speechless. However, when this spear was swung out, the little god king himself was also affected by the power of the law, and the backlash was severe. Blood was oozing from the pores all over his body. Little God King. Lin Chuan, you're done. I have already promised to protect the Gao family, but you dare to disobey me. You will die today. Rub. The little God King hit the ground with his war spear. The shadow of a huge golden war spear was completely made of Zhengjin energy. It was as sharp as the real thing. Just like the peerless heavenly weapon in the hands of the ancient giant god, sliding down, this shot can kill the three-headed electric dragon king in an instant. Lin Chuan. Babu Pagoda. Guard. Open. Now, it has completely become a magic weapon duel. Lin Chuan summoned his own wonders of heaven and earth. The 8 pagodas suddenly turned into an 8-story 9-color glazed tower. The tower emits immeasurable light and condenses powerful protective power, covering Lin Chuan, Bai Ling and others. Lin Chuan collected them and put Bai Ling and others into his own space of the dead to prevent the aftermath from killing them. Before Bai Ling entered the space, she consumed a large amount of stored experience points and filled up her auxiliary skills one by one on the spot. Lin Chuan, give you a wave of buffs. Weapon of light. Breath of wind. Thoughts flow. Muscle activation. Platinum level buff skills were applied to Lin Chuan's body one after another. It actually increased Lin Chuan's combat ability by 2 or 3 times. This greatly exceeded Lin Chuan's expectations. With Bai Ling's reinforcement, Lin Chuan poured all his energy into the 8 pagodas. Boom! That peerless shot hit the 8 pagodas. This diamond wonder immediately trembled violently. Lin Chuan's body was shaken, and all the bones in his body were loose. Little God King. Lin Chuan, I didn't expect that you also have a wonder of heaven and earth in your hand. Those who can possess treasures will live there. You are not worthy of such a lowly status. The Chen family members listen to the order and form a 5-element formation. The little God King gasped for a long time. The shot just now consumed him greatly. It is no longer possible to launch an offensive. However, the Chen family is a master of Taoism. The followers around him conjointly arrange the 5 elements formation, and their combat power is not inferior to his normal. Boom boom boom. After the 5 elements formation is formed, dozens of Chen family members work together to mobilize. Fire meteorites, ice crystals, and golden blades fell from the sky. Bombard the 8 pagodas heading towards Lin Chuan. The little God King also began to accumulate strength, preparing to use the power of the God of War to kill Lin Chuan in an instant. Lin Chuan's brain was running rapidly. As expected, the God of War level is not something he can handle now. When the little God King activates the power of the God of War, his attributes will probably exceed 1 million. The most troublesome thing is that his attacks are equipped with the power of law. Lin Chuan did not grasp the power of the law, and fighting against the opponent was like using paper fists against iron fists. Just as Lin Chuan was thinking rapidly, he suddenly thought of it. It seems that Barak's work is enough. When he looked at the mission panel, he saw that there were still 355 monsters left. If the soul crystal is used to construct the tyrant's shadow, Lin Chuan may still be able to fight. He collected the storage modules of the Gao family and the previous geniuses. Currently, the number of soul crystals has reached 9,500. The number of colorless crystals is as high as 1 million. Lin Chuan. Little God King, your God of War power is only temporary. I won't argue with you now. When your God of War power ends, I will kill you. With that said, the 8-bud pagoda floated up and was about to fly away from this place. Chen Mo was furious, he couldn't let Lin Chuan leave this place. Do it all at once, second time tired, third time exhausted. If he didn't have the power of the God of War given by the wonders of heaven and earth, he really wouldn't have the confidence to be able to deal with Lin Chuan. Want to escape? Dream. Burn your essence and blood for me and activate the 5 elements formation with all your strength. The followers of the little God King immediately burned their essence and blood, and even more terrifying meteorite ice storms fell like a torrent of natural disasters. Even Xiao Wuji, Xiao Wuwang and others had to retreat to avoid this shocking edge. Lin Chuan, but before I leave, I still need to collect some interest. Little God King, I accept the lives of these followers around you. Wow, in the 5 elements formation, a black passage suddenly appeared. Then a fire dragon with cracked heads appeared, their bodies burning with blazing red flames. The body cracked, revealing red gold veins like magma. The majestic energy is nurtured in the body. This group of fire dragons hugged the followers of the little god king as soon as they appeared. Boom! The next moment, dozens of fire dragons exploded. Sacrifice of the dead. This is Lin Chuan's trick to keep the bottom of the box. Flames shot into the sky, and a huge mushroom cloud appeared. Only 1/3 of the followers of the little god king escaped the big explosion. The remaining 2/3 were instantly killed without even ashes left. The little god king was furious. At the moment of the explosion, he had already withdrawn to a safe distance in advance. Lin Chuan, you deserve to die. You actually killed my followers. The little god king once again shot through the clouds, and the huge golden gun shadow, hundreds of feet in size, stabbed at the Babu Pagoda. Lin Chuan hurriedly activated the 8 pagodas, stepped on the ground and took a big breath. Absorb all the followers, storage modules, and equipment of the little god king. The 8 pagodas devoured and refined 295 pieces of gold-level equipment and 193 pieces of platinum-level equipment. The 8 bud pagodas were upgraded from diamond level 31.5% to diamond level 73.9%. Boom! When the war spear pierced the ground, Lin Chuan had already activated the 8 pagodas with all his strength and flew out. You can't escape. Everyone, prepare your escape talismans and follow me. If you are above level 35, you can learn flying skills. The little god king and his followers are all top flight spells. Those people saw how frighteningly Lin Chuan detonated the undead, and their hearts palpitated at the moment. But it will take some time for the undead to explode. Because of the suddenness of Lin Chuan's sneak attack, they could not escape. If they hold the escape talisman in their hands, a tool that can flash their body hundreds of meters away in an instant. Although Lin Chuan's sacrificial technique is very powerful, it may not be able to blow them up. As for using the technique of sacrifice to kill the little god king, Lin Chuan has not yet considered this matter. The little god king has a speed of tens of thousands, so it is not difficult for him to react immediately and evacuate. Lin Chuan recalled the electric dragon king. At this moment, the power of the law was attached to the injury of the electric dragon king, making it difficult to recover. Lin Chuan was a little frightened. If he was hit, it would probably be much worse than the electric dragon king. This is the power of the god of war. What the little god king used was only superficial, he just borrowed the power of strange objects. Lin Chuan is already very difficult to fight against. If those professionals who have gone through the road of awakening are blessed by the laws of heaven, their strength will only be stronger. Lin Chuan controlled the 8 pagodas, controlled the spiritual power of the wind, and flew away at extremely fast speeds. At the same time, he continuously throws explosive fire dragons to attack the pursuers behind him. He is at his wit's end and now the jar is broken. How can this method of sacrifice allow you to succeed a second time as long as you take precautions in advance? Haha, he can also blow up some monsters along the way without hurting us at all. Lin Chuan, you actually killed my brother, and he owed me 2 million. Who do you want me to find to get it from? Stop running, I'm so angry now, I must kill you if I step on my horse. Quote. Lin Chuan flew ahead, specifically picking out places with many monsters, throwing out fire dragons one after another, detonating them as sacrifices, and then killing all the monsters along the way. Barack's mission progress is 99,732 10,000ths. Barack's mission progress is 99,850 10,000ths. Barack's mission progress is 99,955 10,000ths. Tyrant Barack's mission completed. Do you want to claim your reward now? Lin Chuan said happily. Get it. Collection completed. The way of heaven immediately manifested, and a tyrant's power condensed from the void and empowered Lin Chuan. In the void, words filled with ancient aura were arranged in combination. It seems to be an immortal epic chapter describing the majestic life of the tyrant Barack. Lin Chuan accepted this heavenly enlightenment. He is now extremely intelligent. Lin Chuan soon fully mastered how to use the descent of the tyrant, how to construct the descending ceremony, and the strength of the tyrant. What happened? What did this Lin Chuan trigger? It seems like a force has poured into his body. The subordinates of the little god king looked at the strange and terrifying vision in the void in front of them in horror. Violent energy like the vast sea is continuously poured into the 8 pagodas. The pupils of the little god King Chen Mo shrank suddenly. No matter what kind of power he borrows now, it is impossible to resist the power of my god of war. The spear of the god of war. Suppress the evil light. Chen Mo had accumulated enough god of war energy, and the black gun in his hand almost exploded. Boom. One shot. The shadow of a black war gun that seemed to be able to tear apart the heaven and earth penetrated the 8 pagodas at 10 times the speed of sound. This shot is so powerful that it can blow up even a 1,000-foot peak in an instant. Kill. The little god king struck with all his strength. This blow was bound to kill Lin Chuan's life. After the initiation was completed, Lin Chuan opened his eyes again, feeling overjoyed. Little god king, do you think you are the only one who has the power of the god of war? 3,000 soul crystals burn. Build the body of a tyrant. Tyrant, come. 3,000 soul crystals immediately flew out of Lin Chuan's storage module. Boom. Terrible pressure broke out. The soul crystal formed into a human form, and then a passage connecting to other planes opened. A wave of energy poured down. The crystal stone turned into an energy flow, and a tyrant's shadow continued to solidify. After a while, purple-black light pillars soar into the sky. In the beam of light, there was a tyrant holding a serrated sword and wearing purple dragon-patterned armor. Completely come to earth. The cloak fluttered in the wind, and a chilling atmosphere filled the air. Lin Chuan flew over and merged with the tyrant Faxiong, just like Sasuke with Susanoo. The tyrant's body is level 105. Masters the power of Dacheng level laws. The sword of Balak. A sword was slashed out, and the power of law was poured into the sword light. The power of the law that the little god king used with the help of the immortal battlesuit was simply not enough. He was immediately destroyed by Lin Chuan's devastating sword. But this sword also immediately consumed Lin Chuan's 1,000 small colorless crystals. Boom. The little god king tried his best, and the condensed spear of the god of war was exploded by Lin Chuan's sword. At this moment, he was extremely shocked. Why is this Lin Chuan so strong? He has so many trump cards. Now, even the power of the god of war brought by the longevity suit has been broken by Lin Chuan. The little god king has no other means. Balak's slash cuts out. For Lin Chuan, the physical backlash was also huge. After all, he was using his level 20 physique to forcibly activate the power of the god of war. Although he borrowed Barak's power, Lin Chuan, as the user, was also severely affected. After all, this is the power of Dacheng level law. Lin Chuan rushed out in one step, like a purple light. Little god king, everyone has the power of the god of war now. Do you still dare to be crazy about me? Boom. A punch hit the little god king hard in the face. He directly hit the little god king until his face turned purple, and his body spiraled out. Lin Chuan's body flashed with lightning and he arrived at the location of the little god king in advance. Boom. Another kick knocked the little god king to the sky. The subordinates of the little god king were frightened and angry when they saw their master was injured, and they quickly united to build a formation. Lin Chuan. Dian Longwang, have you recovered enough? I have fully recovered, master. Kill them all. Yes. Laugh. The sky was filled with golden thunder, and the figure of the electric dragon king surged out, turned into golden thunder, and strangled the subordinates of the little god king. The people brought this time were all dead. The little god king Chen Mo was furious. It didn't matter if these people died. The key was that if word spread, it would have a bad impact on his reputation. Lin Chuan, you have no right to be arrogant with me. This is just my spiritual body. I won't kill you this time. I will give you a good look at the college entrance examination. Chen Mo, the little god king, saw that the timing was bad and was about to flee. Now that the teleportation channel has been opened, he wants to escape from this place, even if he gives up the Dragon Tomb trial. He couldn't let Lin Chuan get his piece of heaven and earth wonders. He and Lin Chuan had already formed a deadly feud, and having the treasure taken away was tantamount to endangering the enemy. Lin Chuan was shocked. What he was facing was not the true form of the little god king. That's it too. Listening to Bai Ling's words, the Chen family of the little god king mastered a Taoist technique that was born out of one qi and transformed into 3 qings. Therefore, the true form of this little god king is not here. So where is he really? Other secrets. He created many clones to participate in other great secret realms this summer. There are hundreds of provinces in Daxia, and many regions have their own secret realms. This time, the 13 northern provinces have entered a dragon tomb together. But in addition, there are the Lejo secret realm in the south, the Desert secret realm in the western province, and the Thousand Islands secret realm in the coastal provinces. The treasures that can be obtained in other secret realms are no worse than those in the dragon tomb. In that case, wouldn't this little god king be able to gain more benefits? Lin Chuan thought about it for a moment and figured out all the details. As expected of the Baikan Chen family, they indeed have means. It's really a pity that it's not the real body. Lin Chuan couldn't let go of the fat in his mouth. You have no way to escape. Leave me here, a rare thing from heaven and earth, a whole body of diamond-level equipment. Moreover, if its natural disaster gun is given to the Electric Dragon King, the Electric Dragon King's combat power will increase dramatically. Lin Chuan caught up with the little god king. Burn 1,000 crystals again, and the terrifying power of crystals infuses the body. Boom! A big sword slashed down, completely killing the little god king. The spiritual body of the little god king died in extreme unwillingness. Lin Chuan, just wait for me. During the college entrance examination training, when all my bodies become one, I will kill you in front of everyone. The little god king dies. After the spiritual body is destroyed, it turns into pure air and disappears. There is diamond-level equipment in one place, and a rare item from heaven and earth. In addition, there are many treasures in this person's storage module. Many are diamond level. It was 10 times more generous than all the storage modules Lin Chuan had collected previously. 50,000 soul crystals, 130 pieces of advanced soul crystals. Colorless small crystals 6.5 million. 10,000 large colorless crystals. Moreover, there are even high-level treasures or materials from another plane inside. This is just a spiritual body. This is too rich. Top rich guy, Lin Chuan, you'd better spend more time in other secret realms and gain harvest. Hurry up and unite. When the time comes, they will snatch you away and enslave your body into an undead spirit. Lin Chuan thought fiercely. On the other side, all the subordinates under the little god king were killed by the Electric Dragon King, and no one could escape. In this wave, Lin Chuan had a great harvest and became the richest professional in the entire secret realm. 8 pagodas, eat them hard. Level up, level up. If the 8-bud pagoda can be upgraded, Lin Chuan can obtain a martial arts from heaven. When the time comes, it doesn't matter to him what trump cards the little god king adds. Lin Chuan immediately summoned the 8 pagodas and gave them upgraded qualities. This wave, Lin Chuan fishing is great, although he went on a killing spree and killed many people. But everyone took the initiative to attack him, so they didn't feel any burden at all. Professional teams from various surrounding small countries killed no less than 100 people. The entire Lutang Gao family cried as ghosts, and the entire Chen family except the little god king. This time, Lin Chuan completely became famous. At the same time, the harvest was huge. The huge wealth is enough for Lin Chuan to build a big family. Ao Tian, come here. If you don't like this natural disaster gun very much, I'll give it to you. Thank you, Your Majesty. Ao Tian was overjoyed. A LV-50 diamond-level war gun. No, after Ao Tian equipped it, his combat effectiveness increased by 80 stars again. Arrived at star 1635. Lin Chuan began to devour gold and platinum equipment. The 8 pagodas devoured and refined 105 pieces of gold equipment and 65 pieces of platinum equipment. The 8 pagodas were upgraded from diamond level 73.9% to diamond level 89.3%. Still 10.7% short. Lin Chuan scratched his head and thought for a while. The diamond level suit of the little god king is a LV-50 suit. He must be at least level 40 to use it. Lin Chuan had no intention of raising his level to LV-40 in one go. He also wants to reach the Eternal Realm at level 30, reach 3,333 stars, and get rewards. Under balance, Lin Chuan made a decision. Swallow it, the 8 pagodas. I've been so good to you, so you should give me more benefits in return. The 8 pagodas already possess some spirituality. It only started to devour equipment after it gained spirituality. At this moment, he nodded quite humanely. With the diamond level heavenly power set, Lin Chuan took out a piece of armor and the 8 Buddhas immediately ate it. Congratulations! The 8 pagodas were successfully upgraded. From diamond level 89.3% to star level 7%. Diamond level equipment has improved so much. At the same time, the supreme heavenly being descended with a majestic force. It was a powerful and vast idea. It records an invincible palm technique created by the Holy King of Buddha, which is extremely strong and powerful, destroying everything and destroying the gods. Great Buddha God destroying palm, epic level. Above the diamond is the star, after the star is the legend, and then is the epic. In terms of level alone, this palm technique is extraordinary. The Supreme Saint of Pagoda is originally a supreme being created by a dragon. The martial arts he created is also a type of dragon martial arts. Therefore, it can be triggered, and the learning effect of Babu Pagoda is 30 times. As if with divine help, Lin Chuan was learning and comprehending this epic martial arts at a rapid speed. New task. Upgrade the 8 pagodas to the legendary level and you will get Wings of Yinglong. Epic level movement. Get legendary rewards. Yinglong is an oriental dragon, but it has a pair of wings. Looking at the dragon clan, it is also a supreme dragon. It is only worse than the ancestral dragon, but its bloodline is more advanced than the dragon, Kai dragon, demon dragon and other existences. Epic skills and skills are important. Lin Chuan immediately put the remaining 8 pieces of diamond level equipment into the 8 pagodas. The 8 Bud Pagoda swallowed and refined 8 pieces of diamond level equipment, and the 8 Bud Pagoda was upgraded from Star Glory level 7% to Star Glory level 71%. A piece of LV50 diamond level equipment can increase your power by 8%. However, both are diamonds, and there are upper and lower levels. The diamond equipment of Little God King Chen Mo is top-level diamond equipment and provides more. After the 8 Bud Pagoda is strengthened, it becomes a star-level treasure, and its own combat effectiveness can also be greatly enhanced. The power of suppression and protection is increased several times. The doubling effect has also been increased from 2 times to 3 times. After Lin Chuan eliminated the Little God King, he released Bai Ling and others. Bai Ling said in surprise, "Lin Chuan, did we escape successfully?" Luo Lin and Zhao Cheng were shocked. Lin Chuan was so powerful that he could escape from the gun of the Little God King who had the power of the God of War. As a result, Lin Chuan's words made them almost jump in shock. The Little God King and the Chen family were all killed by me. It's a pity that the Little God King is just a spirit body. What? Little God King? The Little God Kings who had mastered the power of the God of War were all killed by Lin Chuan. And no one in the entire Chen family was spared. Bai Ling was horrified. Is this guy in front of him the reincarnation of a god? Lin Chuan, can the forces behind you withstand the anger from the Chen family in Baikan? Baikan Chen family. Compared with the forces behind him, I'm afraid it's not enough. No matter how arrogant you are, how dare you face the military district? Lin Chuan, it's just trivial matters. By the way, have you collected enough thunder and lightning spiritual plants? Bai Ling, I've collected enough, but I haven't had time to refine it yet. Lin Chuan, okay, it's not too early now, let's go out. This time I gained more than 5 million points. I will pay for the points for the villa. This time, Lin Chuan killed many professionals by killing monsters and snatching points from the opponent. His total points now reached 5.95 million. The most of all. It's almost 7 o'clock. If we don't go out, the transmission channel will be closed. After the death of the Little God King, the talisman became ineffective. As soon as Lin Chuan summoned him, he took the Fire Dragon King and Shikigami Tenyu back into the space of the dead. Of course, before that, he had asked Shigami Tianyu to remove the 2 diamond space talismans. Then, Lin Chuan and others immediately rushed towards a teleportation array. The teleportation arrays in Dragon Tomb are interconnected. You can either enter the 2nd floor or teleport to the teleportation array at the entrance of the passage. On the other side, King Xiao Wu, Xiao Vulcan and others have come out of the passage. Their harvest on the first day was pretty good. They each baptized in the Dragon Marrow Pool, beheaded a quasi-god of war Dragon King, and each collected materials useful to themselves. People from Liaodong province also came out. Among the 4 elites of Liaodong, Gem Knight Jozon was annoyed. Where are the Fire Dragon's Dragon Marrow Pool and the Electric Dragon's Dragon Marrow Pool? Tangji, your broken map is really useless. Tangji, then use your map. Do you have a map? Jo Hoken, stop arguing. Listen to what others are saying. It seems that Lin Chuan is facing off against the little God King. Jozon, this lunatic is so ignorant that he dares to call Ban Shaoshan king. The little God King can crush him to death with just one finger. Tangji, but you are overestimating your capabilities. Who is the little God King? He is the future head of the Baikan family. In our Tang family, it is estimated that only the master's family has the strength to fight with him. Some people from Jinghai also came out at this moment. They were already hostile to Lin Chuan, and Ice Master Cao Hai was even planning to kill Lin Chuan with the God of War's decree given to him by his family when he first entered. Oh, you dare to provoke the little God King. Then he is probably dead. The nouveau riche who don't overestimate their own abilities and have no real background just don't know how high the sky is. What a pity, what a pity. I wanted to kill him with my own hands. As soon as Cao Haigang finished speaking, he suddenly felt a strong sense of crisis that enveloped his heart. The palpitating feeling was as if he was being targeted by an ancient demon god. Who do you want to kill with your own hands? Everyone heard the sound and looked over, and found that the people walking out of the passage turned out to be Lin Chuan and his party. Everyone, including King Xiao Wu, Xiao Vulcan and others, were shocked and couldn't believe what they saw. It was Lin Chuan who came out. How is this possible? Didn't he make the little God King so angry that he was chased and killed by the little God King using the power of the God of War? How can a level 20 professional fight against the little God King who possesses the power of the God of War? That's the little God King. But why was Lin Chuan the one who came out? This is so unreasonable, etc. If it was Lin Chuan who came out, then where are the little God King and his subordinates now? After thinking of this, the strong men such as Xiao Wuwang and Xiao Vulcan felt cold air rising from their souls, and a chill climbed into their hearts. This Lin Chuan is so terrifying. Bingji Master Cao Hai looked at Lin Chuan blankly, as if struck by lightning. At this moment, he was enveloped in a huge sense of fear, and even his voice was filled with tremors. You are Lin Chuan. How can you defeat the little God King with the immortal battle suit? The little God King is already at the top of the first echelon of the 13 provinces. Counting the wonders of the world, his on-paper combat power is undoubtedly the first. And it can create a huge gap between you and the people behind you. The number one powerhouse in the break type. Cao Hai and many others could not believe that the invincible little God King had been defeated. That is the number one genius of the Baikan family, the little God King. Cao Hai thought of something and said in surprise, Lin Chuan, I don't know what means you used to escape early. But as long as I stop you here, when the little God King comes out, he will definitely kill you. You want to escape from this trial. I'm right, Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan looked at Cao Hai coldly, while Bai Ling, Zhao Cheng and others beside him all shrugged helplessly. This Cao Hai is really a fool. At this time, another person came out of the transmission channel. Wearing a golden armor, with long golden hair hanging down like a waterfall, he was none other than the electric dragon King Ao Tian. As soon as he appeared, he attracted everyone's attention. The reason was not because of his handsomeness and tall figure, but because of the spear he had on his shoulders. The whole body is pitch black, like a beam of black light. Natural disaster gun. How could it have gotten into your hands? That was the little God King's signature weapon, but now it was in the hands of Lin Chuan's subordinates. The answer to what exactly happened in the Dragon Tomb is now obvious. Cao Hai's scalp was numb and he was almost scared to death. Lin Chuan, are you a human or a ghost? Lin Chuan, I only know that you will become a ghost next. Nothing worth saying. This Cao Hai wanted to deal with Lin Chuan from the beginning, and even prepared to use the God of War's decree at the entrance. How could Lin Chuan keep such a person alive? Lin Chuan, I'm not afraid of you, I have the decree of the God of War. Cao Hai jumped up and used the God of War's decree on his body. That's a thick golden chapter. There is a skill pattern engraved on it. That is the God of War, a sealed skill. Cao Hai comes from a family of ice masters in Jinghai. The ancestor of the family sealed a level 45 ultimate move called Ice Dragon Whirling Dance for his trial. Cao Hai threatened. Lin Chuan, don't bully others too much. I don't know what means you used to trick the little God King. But are you sure you can block my move of God of War's decree? This is the ultimate move released by my family's level 54 ancestor. You quickly retreat now, and I can forget about the past. Although he was threatening, everyone present could see that Cao Hai was timid. Lin Chuan was frightened and scared. This is normal. How can he not be afraid of a top player in the same echelon as the little God King? Lin Chuan stepped forward with a confident aura, as powerful as a heavenly sword with peerless sharpness. One finger pointed at Cao Hai floating in the sky. I just want to go too far. There are also Yang Rui, Wu Bo, Lu Guanglin, Richard, and He Chu. You guys from Jinghai also wanted to deal with me before. Everyone come out to me to die. Lin Chuan is extremely domineering, but no one dares to question Lin Chuan's strength now. Yang Rui, Wu Bo and others felt extremely regretful at this moment. Why provoke this murderous star? I originally thought that he was just an above-average genius, but I didn't expect that even the little God King would be killed by him. Moreover, this killing star really killed people like crazy. Not a single one of the Gao family, Devil May Cry, and the Baiken Chen family who ambushed him at the beginning survived. For such a person, even if they bring out the ancestors behind him, it will never work. In this case, we can only bite the bullet and join forces to fight Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan, you really think you are invincible? You dare to act so arrogantly even if you are from a civilian background. If one God of War decree can't scare you, I don't believe 6 are not enough. Rub 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 rub. The Jinghai geniuses whose names were called by Lin Chuan, together with their tribesmen, flew high into the sky one by one, stood in a row, and faced off against Lin Chuan. In the hands of their leader, there are a total of 6 God of War decrees. Equivalent to 6 God of War attacks. Lin Chuan sneered. The God of War's decree must be put to use. Thunder Dragon tabard covers the body. Lin Chuan's figure flew through the air. At the same time, the electric dragon King Aotian also took action. I saw 1 gold and 1 blue on the spot, and 2 beams of light shot into the sky. Lin Chuan's movements were too fast, now with the triple effect of the 8 pagodas. The speed can be increased to more than 50,000. 1/10 of the blink of an eye. He has arrived in front of Yang Rui. One hand holds the terrible thunderstorm and cuts everything with it. Yang Rui's head flew out. Lin Chuan directly grabbed the opponent's God of War's decree and put it into the storage module. Immediately afterwards, blood rained from the sky. Cao Hai was frightened and immediately activated the decree, and together with other professionals in the family, they tried their best to inject energy into the decree. Boom! The decree explodes. A big move sealed by the God of War was released. 2 ice-colored tornadoes, ice crystals gathered together, strangled everything, and blasted towards Lin Chuan and the people from other families around him. In order to survive, Cao Hai was desperate. Even if he killed other geniuses in Jinghai, it didn't matter. The 2 blue ice crystal dragons held their chests high and clawed at Lin Chuan with their teeth and claws. Facing this attack from the God of War, Lin Chuan's eyes narrowed, but he showed no fear. 8 Buddhist pagodas. Protect. The 8 pagodas that have been upgraded to the star level have been greatly enhanced in terms of basic attributes and hidden skills. Now in Lin Chuan's hands, these 8 pagodas are equivalent to a piece of top-notch star-level equipment. The power of protection is activated. A shadow of an 8-story glazed tower guarded Lin Chuan. The ice dragon carrying the power of the God of War's law was actually blocked in midair and unable to move forward. Lin Chuan sneered. If your grandfather comes here in person, there may be a chance to break my defense. But you losers are too weak. Do you dare to fight me? Things that don't know whether to live or die. Die them all. Lin Chuan made a move. What he used was the blood claw skill he got from playing soccer a city for the first time. But it is this small skill, with the blessing of his tens of thousands of powers and many platinum talents. It's also terrifying to a certain extent. The huge bloody claw marks were hundreds of meters in size. Cao Hai and others were instantly torn apart. In a matter of seconds, all the geniuses that Jinghai had to deal with Lin Chuan were killed without exception. Lin Chuan sucked his hand, put their corpses into the space of the dead, and snatched all the storage modules, crystal cards, and score cards. After doing all this, Lin Chuan looked at Zhou Hoken, Zhozan and others among the four elites of Liaodong with burning eyes. These people had also secretly gossiped about him behind his back. Facing Lin Chuan's gaze, both Zhozan, who was born in a big family, and Zhou Houken, the direct disciple of the vice president of the Mage Association, were trembling with coldness all over their bodies. Zhozan hesitated. Lin, brother Lin, it was our fault before. They were completely scared. Their strength and status were similar to Cao Hai, the Jinghai Bingji master, but Cao Hai had been defeated by Lin Chuan at will. Zhou Houken, brother Lin Chuan, we are all from Liaodong province. Please give us a chance. Tang Ji's face turned pale with fear. Brother Lin Chuan, I am willing to follow you. Lin Chuan chuckled. We are all from the same area and should support each other. You guys can be regarded as the ones who lift me up. Since you want to follow me, I will give you a chance. These people also wanted to deal with Lin Chuan before. If you want to enter the second floor to increase your strength, kill Lin Chuan and steal the treasure. Lin Chuan had previously sensed murderous intent in them, so he did not believe their verbal promises. With one move, he was taken into the space of the dead. In the huge dark space of the undead, they were randomly killed by Shikigami Tenyu, and then resurrected by Lin Chuan with the power of resurrection. Only after being killed and resurrected can Lin Chuan give complete trust to his subordinates. These three people are all geniuses from the top families in Liaodong province, and they may become family heads in the future. Keeping them has some use, so it's worth spending some life. In addition, Lin Chuan also gained 3 additional skill talents by resurrecting the 3 people. They are Xuanyu Hand Gold level, Full Spell Fusion Platinum level, Gem Power Platinum level. Xuanyu Hand is a palm technique that can increase the strength of both hands. The fusion of all spells is a very good talent. You can perform stronger attacks by fusing elements. With this move, Lin Chuan can even fuse the King level Tianyu Dragon Flame and the King level Golden Thunder. Of course, it is not easy to fuse and release these 2 explosive energies. But with the fusion of all spells, at least we have methods and ideas. In the future, we just need to keep trying, find the feeling, and find the best ratio. In addition, the power of gems can actually increase the effectiveness of gemstone items by 30%. For Lin Chuan, this talent can save a lot of soul crystals by summoning the tyrant again, or it can be used to increase the tyrant's combat power. Kill 3 people and release them. Zhou Houken and the others have become truly loyal to Lin Chuan. Soon, the rental of villas began. This time, no one dared to snatch it from Lin Chuan, unless he, the birthday boy, took arsenic because he thought he would live longer. Lin Chuan now has more than 6 million points and rents 2 villas. Collected masters from Liaodong. Lin Chuan's team has also grown. There are 2 large villas in total. The boys in the team live in one building, and Lin Chuan lives in the same building as the girls. Of course, this is a joke. Lin Chuan naturally lives in the same building as the boys. At night, Lin Chuan took out the immortality armor, a wonder of heaven and earth that he had plundered from the little god king, and began to study how to erase the imprint of the little god king and truly master this wonder. At the same time, in the country of Ka Yaozi, the professionals who came out of the passage all felt a little bit frightened. This Lin Chuan is too scary. You're actually fishing, what a scumbag. He killed all the water ghosts, not a single one of them survived. Those monks in Tianju Kingdom are also very miserable. They were beaten to the last bits. Fortunately I didn't take action at first. I don't know who can win between him and the little god king. No matter who wins, they will definitely get a huge reward if they take the key props of the Dragon Tomb's secret realm. I can't imagine what kind of rewards I can get then. The conversation between the professionals was overheard by the person in charge of the training camp of the Garyaozi kingdom. With sinister eyes, he called away the professionals who were talking to him for questioning. Later, this professional uploaded a message in his guild channel. A major discovery was made in the Dragon Tomb trial. Professionals from the Great Sha Kingdom found the key props of the Dragon Tomb. And the name of this guild clearly has these big characters written on it. Demon World Cult, Branch 130. Demon Realm Cultists. This is a despicable organization hidden beneath human society, as dark as a pack of rats. They betrayed the human race and defected to the monster world. The purpose of their existence is to help monsters invade and devour other worlds. During this process, the monster world will also give them huge rewards. These rewards may be diamond-level treasures or above, powerful skills, and long lives. No, the person in charge of the Garyazi Kingdom training camp is a member of the demon cult. After he posted the news, discussions immediately started in the channel. Dragon Tomb, I remember it was a secret realm from level 20 to level 60, with 2 floors in total. Yes, I entered it when I was young, and I was lucky enough to be baptized with dragon marrow. But this secret realm has been firmly controlled by Daxia officials and the military region. The location of the new star training camp every year is highly confidential, and we can't find out their location at all. If I can enter the Dragon Tomb and hunt those geniuses, the great existence I believe in will be able to drop a lot of rewards. These demonic cultists will also start some exclusive tasks after joining the demonic forces. For example, hunting human geniuses and strong human beings can obtain rewards from the monster world. Things are different this year. Some small countries around Daxia have also obtained the passage pillars that open the Dragon Tomb. I am now the person in charge of the Garyazi Kingdom, and I can enter the Dragon Tomb from here. But there is also a problem. In order to restrain the surrounding countries, Daxia has each sent a small team to monitor every opening of the Dragon Tomb. It is afraid that other small countries will not act according to the rules and send high-level experts to enter and test Daxia's experiments. The refiners are at a disadvantage. How strong is this team? A war god leads the team. Okay. Each Dragon Tomb trial lasts for 7 days. During this period, we gather our troops and enter the Garyazi Kingdom together, trying to catch Daxia off guard. Ha ha ha, I want to sign up for this operation. When we enter, the entire Dragon Tomb is like a prison. Those human geniuses will be killed by us at will, and then we will win a lot of points. Hee, the little girl is already so excited when she thinks about being able to ravage those geniuses. Ho hoa. An uncle in his 40s, I'm just like you, killing human geniuses while receiving rewards from great beings. There will be nothing more beautiful in this world than this. Very good, then sign up. I'll be waiting for you in the Garyazi Kingdom. But when the time comes, it's best to control this Daxia team first to prevent them from leaking information. It's easy. I have a trick to isolate them into another dimension. In this case, no information from them can be transmitted. Okay. It's a deal, I'll wait for you to come over. Overthrow the tyranny of the human race, and the world belongs to the demon world. Overthrow human tyranny. The fanatical demon believers end every conversation with their exclusive slogan. On the other side, Jinghai Province. Many families have discovered that the soul cards of some of the younger members of the family have all exploded. Bin Bin died in the Dragon Tomb trial. How is this possible? Sao Hai, my eldest grandson. Why are you so young? What? Yang Rui is dead. Check for me. We must investigate. Who killed my good grandson? That night, the whole capital was in turmoil. Some news was posted on the internet and immediately triggered a large-scale discussion. Jinghai Province suffered heavy losses in Dragon Tomb this year. Several families have released news, saying that all the younger members of the family have been wiped out, and they need to be investigated fiercely. Over at Lutang, the Devil May Cry team from the Gao family who participated in the Dragon Tomb this time were all buried in the Dragon Tomb. No one is spared. What's going on? These people all died in the Dragon Tomb trial. Are there any special monsters appearing in the Dragon Tomb this year? Hey, something's wrong. Someone found a clue. Those who died in Jinghai seem to be the people who made noise with Lin Chuan of Liaodong province before. Indeed, this Han Binbin was called Lao Huan at the time, and he also recorded many short videos, but today it has been confirmed by the Han family that he is completely dead. Sao Hai, who claimed to enter the trial and fight Lin Chuan one-on-one with a real man, was also beheaded. There are also some juniors from the Yang family, Lu family, and Li family. The whole army in Jinghai was wiped out. It was really because they provoked Lin Chuan on the internet. Thinking of certain possibilities, people who paid attention to the internet were immediately shocked. All go. No way. Were they all killed by Lin Chuan? Lin Chuan is so strong. This is a killing star. He must be a traitor to the demon world after killing me so many times. If it is really him, he must be arrested, his soul extracted, and thrown into the calcining furnace, where he will never be reincarnated. Not only that, all the geniuses in the Chen family of Baikan were also wiped out. The 3 god kings of the Baikan family were extremely angry and claimed that the Dragon Tomb trial was over. They must investigate the reason why the younger generation of the family was destroyed. Then give the mastermind behind the scenes the most painful punishment. Quote, "What? The Chen family of Baikan is the best in Daxia Taoism. The strong man their family will lead this year is not Chen Mo, the super genius little god king who only appears once in 1,000 years from the Baikan family. The theory given by the Baikan family is that the little god king in the Dragon Tomb is just an incarnation of the little god king. There is nothing wrong with the little god king's real body, but all the others were indeed buried in the Dragon Tomb." Quote, "Oh my god. The Baikan family was all slaughtered. This is too cruel." 3 of the 4 heroes of Liaodong province, Zhou Zan, Zhou Houken, and Tang Ji, are also said to have cracked soul cards, but they are not broken. It's a bit strange. They are in a state between dead and not dead. I don't know what is inside now. Sample. This Lin Chuan is a beast. He must have killed so many geniuses in my Daxia. Not only Daxia, but also several surrounding small countries, some organizations, and big families have also issued statements to investigate the collective death of family geniuses. I'm going to Blanche, the god of death is reincarnated, it's real. Some Lin Chuan supporters in Liaodong province immediately fought back angrily. I asked, is there a possibility that the people from Jinghai were originally going to deal with Lin Chuan, but they came to complain after being killed? How disgusting. Lu Tang, because of your Gao family, is even more dangerous than Shichualing. You guys like ghost cry, practice sorcery, and have done all kinds of bad things. You probably went in to deal with Lin Chuan, but we, Lin Chuan, killed you. At this time, in the military region, Sha Hukang, Qin Shan and others also learned about Lin Chuan's deeds in the Dragon Tomb by contacting Lei Chan. Wang Gang was overjoyed. What a guy. This kid actually got the core item of Dragon Tomb. What an incredible luck. Gao Yingji also said excitedly, this kid really has great luck. We have also entered the Dragon Tomb, but none of us have been able to obtain this key item. Qin Shan was extremely pleased. Good boy, you are really a good boy from Liaodong. Wang Gang worriedly said, but this time he provoked the Baikan Chen family, the Lutang Gao family, and the Jinghai family. Tisk tisk, this is a bit troublesome. These families have issued statements that when the Dragon Tomb trial is over, punish the culprits severely. Sha Hukang smiled heartily, it's trouble. These families are all in trouble. Sha Hukang's domineering words made the generals in the military region tremble. Later, Sha Hukang and Lu Yu each asked their subordinates to edit a message and publish it on the internet to declare their support for Lin Chuan. First is Sha Hukang. I guarantee Lin Chuan, not only in my own name, but also on behalf of the Northern Military Region. It doesn't matter what the younger generation does in any organization or force, but if there is an older generation who is shameless, don't blame me for being rude. Public opinion was instantly in an uproar. What? Sha Hukang, the general of the Northern Military Region, supported Lin Chuan so much and directly gave the most serious warning to the major families. This is the first time the general has posted a personal blog in 3 years. It's actually to support a junior. And this time, he released the news in his capacity as the Northern Military Region. In other words, the person standing behind Lin Chuan now is the Northern Military Region. Why? A civilian undead, does he have such great value? Although the Northern Military Region is very powerful, we cannot go against the will of the people, force ourselves to stand in Linchuan, and turn against several big families. The price is too high. Why? I don't understand. Is Lin Chuan worth more than several major families? How can a necromantic advanced career for a sole professional have such great value? Is he really worthy of the general? Later, another powerful person from Daxia also made a strong voice to support Lin Chuan. After Lu Yu communicated with Lin Chuan, he had a deeper grasp of the laws of space. Now he has digested them all and has greatly improved his strength. Therefore, he still has strong personal gratitude to Lin Chuan. I am the tyrant Lu Yu. Lin Chuan and I are both teachers and friends, and the words of General Sha Hukang are also what I want to say. I don't care what family you are from, the younger generation doesn't matter, the older generation I just say one thing. Before taking action against Lin Chuan, you can weigh whether you can live with it, are two living god kings. The general and tyrant Lu Yu actually supported Lin Chuan so much. Although what happened inside was the fault of the Gao family and the Chen family, these were the famous families of Daxia after all. Their influence is intertwined and deep-rooted in Daxia, the world, and even other dimensions. These families, even the official alliance, must give them enough face. But this time, the attitude of the general and the tyrant turned out to be so tough. In order to protect Lin Chuan, they directly warned the major families head-on. The support given by Lin Chuan, Sha Hukang and Lu Yu is simply absolute. Especially Lu Yu, who almost warned the current god kings of several families. This is too cruel, too awesome. As expected of a tyrant, he has such a violent temper that he ignores everything and still wants to protect his little one. This makes people on the internet and people from major families even more confused. Why do they support Lin Chuan so much? Even if you are at odds with the top family, you must try your best to protect it. What is it for? Lin Chuan's matter actually involved a God King level contest. God King level, the pinnacle of the current version of heaven and earth, the highest combat power in each country. It is also the foundation of super-class family power in all major countries. At the same time, the two God Kings spoke out to protect Lin Chuan. This forced the Lutang Gao family, the Jinghai family, and the Baikan Chen family to re-evaluate Lin Chuan. This boy is so difficult to move. In the north, there is a large lake with rippling blue waves and an island in the middle of the lake. Above it are pavilions, water pavilions and red walls and tiles. A piece of carved beams and painted buildings, antique buildings from the Tang and Song dynasties. Three old men with similar looks, immortal Taoism and pure Taoist robes are hanging on the futon, assuming the position of three talents. These three people are the three current god kings of the Chen family. Chen Boji, Chen Zhongji, Chen Shuji. These three brothers are the current ancestors of the Chen family and famous Taoists in Daxia. They practice a set of exercises together and complement each other. They work together and have extraordinary strength. Chen Boji stroked his snow-white beard. The tyrant and Emperor Nian actually tried to protect this son. Chen Zhongji said angrily, "No matter what, this son must be eliminated. He caused heavy losses to our Chen family. More than 1/6 of the family's children we trained this year were killed or injured. If we don't punish this son severely, Baikan, will not be ridiculed by the world." Chen Shuji is cautious, but the question now is, how to deal with him. Sha Hukang speaks as a general, and the tyrant Lu Yu also protects him. In the current situation, sending this junior is simply to die. Send the elders, which will attract Sha Hukang and Lu Yu to take action. This Lu Yu is a big lunatic. Bei Chen and Nan Xiao, the Xiao family has suffered a lot from Lu Yu. Chen Zhongji, just forget it. He also seems to have robbed Moer of the world's rare objects and diamond equipment. Chen Shuji narrowed his eyes. Of course we can't let it go like this, otherwise, how can our Chen family still have dignity? Chen Boji took a deep breath. The three of them had the same idea when it came to dealing with Lin Chuan. However, Chen Boji is the eldest brother and the eldest ancestor among the three. Naturally, we need to take a longer-term view of everything. There's no rush yet. Have you noticed that Jinghai is very targeted? And the military area is too protective. Chen Zhongji. Jinghai is not talking about trying to please someone in the Crystal Academy. Someone. Who is this person? Chen Boji pointed out the key points. Uncle Chen suddenly realized, when something goes wrong, there must be a monster. This kid has received too much attention. Not only that, the people from Crystal Academy who wanted to deal with him actually used secret fueling methods without revealing their identity. Chen Boji. I think with Lu Yu and Sha Hukang's methods, they must have found out who this person is. And their shouting is ostensibly aimed at several of our families. Actually, maybe it's for the person from Crystal Academy. Boom. This conclusion shocked Chen Zhongji and Chen Shuji. Is the military region challenging the Crystal Academy? And Lu Yu represents Kunlun Academy. Kunlun Academy, like Crystal Academy, is supported by a higher plane. That plane is called the Kunlun Plain. It is a wilderness plain where stone tool civilization is highly developed. At the same time, it also provided a lot of talents to the Daxia military. So, this time there was a confrontation between the Crystal Plane and the Kunlun Plane, and it was Lin Chuan. What kind of existence is this Lin Chuan? Before Lin Chuan's identity was found out, the Chen family had decided not to act rashly again. Back to training camp. Lin Chuan has obviously become the focus of everyone's attention, and he is also a person that everyone is afraid of and dare not provoke. Lin Chuan spent the whole night sorting out the treasures he collected today. The harvest of the day. There are countless materials, comparable to the treasure trove of a large family. 190,000 soul crystals. 350 pieces of advanced soul crystals. 26 million pieces of colorless small crystals. 15,000 large colorless crystals. In addition, there are many secrets, such as the Gao family's devil may cry swordsmanship and the method of summoning ghosts. The assassination technique studied by the water ghosts of the Ka Yaozi kingdom. There are many Taoist arts and spells of the Chen family. The techniques of several families in Jinghai and so on. These secret books are enough for Lin Chuan to practice for a period of time. As for the immortality battlesuit, Lin Chuan tried his best to erase the imprint of the little god king and make him the new owner of this rare thing in the world. But it's not easy. I tried to infiltrate my spiritual power several times and tried to erase it, but failed. On top of this battlesuit, there are elders of the Chen family who have built a brand protection for the little god king. Several attempts failed. Lin Chuan suddenly became a little irritable. If the imprint of the little god king cannot be erased, this immortal armor is equivalent to a piece of waste and cannot be used at all. Suddenly, he seemed to sense Lin Chuan's anxiety. Babu Futu jumped out of the storage module. This treasure already has spirituality and can operate independently. As soon as it came out, it swallowed the immortal armor in one big gulp. Lin Chuan's scalp immediately became numb. This was an immortal suit that could temporarily increase combat power several times and obtain the law of the god of war. It is a wonder of heaven and earth that can grow. Coupled with the arrival of the tyrant Barak, it becomes even more powerful. Babu Pagoda, you little fool. Don't eat everything, spit it out for me, spit it out quickly. Lin Chuan was anxious. With the immortal armor, once he mastered it, his combat power would increase several times. Even if he doesn't use it himself, giving the battlesuit to Ao Tian can greatly increase Ao Tian's combat power. The Fire Disaster Dragon King on the second floor may be a LV-60 Ultimate Dragon. With this suit, Lin Chuan still has a chance. I'll feed you all the diamond level heavenly power sets. You must not eat this, spit it out. Hurry. Lin Chuan grabbed the tower and kept shaking it. Puff. The 8 pagodas vomited out the immortal armor. At the same time, a system prompt pops up. Babu Futu has erased the imprint of the immortal armor. Now you can be bound to the immortal armor. Oh, in Lin Chuan's heart, 10,000 wild horses galloping and 8 pagodas still have this effect. Yes, it seems to be able to swallow everything. Even higher level diamond equipment can be easily devoured and refined in one bite. Now I only select the marks of the wonders of heaven and earth to devour, and what is left is not just the wonders themselves. This is the clone of the treasure created by the Holy King of Heaven. Nature is extraordinary. Lin Chuan was immediately bound to the longevity suit. Regarding the effect of the longevity suit, it also appeared in Lin Chuan's eyes. Name: Immortality Armor. Category: Wonderful Objects of Heaven and Earth. Grade: Diamond. Grade 1. Effect: God of War attributes diamond level. Consuming colorless crystals can temporarily increase physical attributes to 1,000,000 levels, but it will also cause serious backlash to the body. After the effect is exerted, a weak debuff will be applied. The specific time depends on the user. Judgment of Strength. Power of the God of War. Diamond level. Consume the soul crystal to briefly control the power of the God of War's law. The powerful and extraordinary immortality suit can use the power of the God of War in advance. Lin Chuan immediately bound and accepted it. Time passed by in a hurry, and the night passed quickly. The next day, early in the morning, the sky just turned white. Bai Ling, Luo Lin, the 4 elites of Liaodong and others followed Lin Chuan and had breakfast together. Now Lin Chuan has completely become the leader of Liaodong. Not only that, even Little Vulcan, Little Wuji and others, when they saw Lin Chuan, they would take the initiative to clasp their fists and say, "Brother Lin." The passage opened again, and Lin Chuan took the lead in leading people into the dragon tomb again. At the same time, the Garyaozi Kingdom training camp. The team sent by Daxia Kingdom was led by the female god of war Lu Meng. The other 7 people in the team were 2 quasi-god of war levels and 5 masters above level 45. Today, there is something strange here in Garyaozi country. Lu Meng asked the person in charge, why is it that at this time, the transmission channel has not been opened yet? Person in charge, hey, Sister Lu, several teams were all killed in the battle. As a result, the forces behind them stopped supplying large crystals for this trial. Quote, our place is a small place after all. Every time we open it, it costs a sky-high price, and the government can't afford it. Several families that originally provided supplies no longer supply them, so we can only wait for the officials of our country to expedite the supply, transport. Lu Meng nodded. During this trial, many professionals from the Garyaozi Kingdom were buried in dragon tombs. I heard that it was only done by Da Shasha. Regarding this matter, Lu Meng didn't want to mention it. After all, he was exposing someone's scars. Moreover, what the person in charge said was very reasonable. The large colorless crystals they had were indeed supplied by several surrounding families. Okay, when will the channel be opened? As soon as the crystal arrives, we will start it immediately, but it will probably take a few hours. The remaining hundreds of professionals in the Garyaozi Kingdom naturally had resentful looks on their faces. This happened to me. What bad luck. Okay, then I'll go back to the camp first. Okay, Captain Lu, when it's time, I'll send someone to notify you. Enter the dragon tomb again. This time, no force dared to ambush or provoke Lin Chuan. Wherever Lin Chuan went, many professionals even turned pale with fear and backed away. The 4 elites of Liaodong, including all professionals in Liaodong, also spontaneously began to follow Lin Chuan. In an era where the strong are respected, an absolutely strong man who can defeat the little god king is naturally worthy of everyone's following. In addition, Lin Chuan also began to win over various experts and invited them to explore the 2nd floor of the dragon tomb. On the 2nd floor of the dragon tomb, what Lin Chuan wants most is to capture the Storm Dragon King Aoxing and the Flame Dragon King. As long as he can win these 2, Lin Chuan doesn't need anything. Imagine having 2 powerful dragon super war gods under your command. The level 60 dragon super war god, this is more useful to Lin Chuan than any other treasure. As long as there are these 2 dragon kings. Even when the dragon tomb trial is over, Lin Chuan is not afraid of the major families. In Daxia's trial camp, the communication methods of professionals were blocked, so Lin Chuan did not know about Lu Yu and Sha Hukang's efforts to protect themselves on the internet. But even if he knew it, Lin Chuan couldn't completely entrust his safety to others. Only the power that is in your own hands is worthy of belief. Xiao Wuwang, Xiao Wuji, are you ready to enter the 2nd floor? The Dragon Clan ancient scroll I have on me contains 2 large treasure troves. We might as well explore this treasure house together, and then each treasure will be according to its own ability. How about it? Lin Chuan showed extraordinary leadership qualities and majestic atmosphere. In fact, it would be more beneficial for him to do so. To him, the treasures in the Dragon Tomb were only useful for upgrading the level of the 8 Buddhas, the martial arts of the Dragon Clan, and the corpse of Nao Sheng. For him, the other uses are just to exchange them for money and exchange them for crystals or soul crystals. But now, Lin Chuan is not short of money. He was too rich after robbing hundreds of people. In addition, don't forget Lin Chuan's profession, King Yongye. When the time comes, Lin Chuan will be able to pick up the monsters that King Xiaowu and others have killed along the way. Form your own dragon army. King Xiaowu was a little moved when he heard this. It was a key treasure trove of guidance for the core props of Dragon Tomb. Of course he wanted to go in and find out. Lin Chuan, then I'd rather be respectful than obey your orders. I owe you a big favor, and I will definitely repay you in the future. Xiao Wuji, Brother Lin, thank you. If you can share such a treasure scroll with us this time, I will give it to you as my friend. These people are all geniuses among the famous clans of Daxia, and they may become the leaders of the clan in the future. Lin Chuan took out the treasures from the Dragon Tomb and shared them. But it has won him the favor of a large number of top talents. The little Vulcan curled his lips. There are so many people there, even if there are treasures, it won't be enough. Lin Chuan, thank you for your invitation, but I'm killing monsters and revealing a few treasure maps, so I won't be with you. After saying that, the little Vulcan turned on his full firepower, with flames rising all over his body, soaring into the sky and left. Xiao Wuji spread his hands. This person is too arrogant and unwilling to accept other people's kindness. Little do they know that a true master must always have the heart of a disciple. Quote, people like Xiao Wuji are among the strongest in this T0 echelon. Each of them has extraordinary means. Once they are used, they will not be as good as the little god king who activated the immortality suit, but they will not be far behind. Immediately after, there were people with similar strength to the 4 elites of Liaodong. More than 70 people. They are all number 1 in each regional competition. They have 100,000 points, and they have already exchanged for second-level tickets. In addition, they all have some props prepared by their family elders. It is also a force that cannot be underestimated. It will be a big help once you enter the Dragon Tomb on the 2nd floor. Lin Chuan naturally needs to make some friends, otherwise if he only focuses on killing, he will become the enemy of the whole world. It will not be conducive to the development and growth of his Lin family at that time. Some of the top talents in Jinghai were also invited by Lin Chuan. Jinghai is not monolithic. All those who wanted to deal with Lin Chuan have been killed by Lin Chuan. The remaining people have not participated in the matter against Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan's win over these people will allow him to have some friends and informants in Jinghai, so that he can learn first-hand news about Jinghai's circle. Lin Chuan, thank you. I thought you wouldn't invite us, Brother Lin. I have to say, you are very generous. There is a pattern, and he's very handsome too. Several female geniuses from Beijing and Hainan looked at Lin Chuan lovingly. He is powerful and handsome, and naturally makes people fall in love with him. Lin Chuan, okay then, first enter the depths of the Dragon Tomb through the teleportation channel, and then enter the 2nd floor. You guys brush up for a while and wait for me for an hour. I need to upgrade a treasure to a higher level, so I will chase you on the 2nd floor. The Dragon Tomb is extremely vast. Even if they don't enter the key treasure house, those who enter every year can benefit a lot and make a lot of money. But if you can enter the key treasure house, the rewards will be unimaginable. King Xiao Wu, okay, Brother Lin, please give me some direction. Let's fight our way out first. It's not like you can resurrect the undead. I'll revive you when the time comes. Lin Chuan, okay, I'm waiting for your good news. Unknowingly, Lin Chuan has become the leader of all geniuses in the 13 provinces of Dragon Tomb. Lin Chuan separated from everyone and controlled the Electric Dragon King. The golden electric light penetrated the air and headed towards the other 3 dragon marrow pools at full speed. After collecting them one by one, the level of the 8 pagodas increased sharply again. The 8 pagodas have been upgraded to level 45. All attributes plus 900. Attributes. Strength 5753.5 plus 45,000, Speed 5871.5 plus 3000, Constitution 5695.2 plus 75,000, Wisdom 6265 plus 45,000. Lin Chuan. At level 5, you can summon the Phantom of General Ying Long. But Barak needs 3,000 soul crystals at a time. General Ying Long Wang. It is estimated that tens of thousands of people will be summoned at one time. After all, it's better to be undead. Lin Chuan's undead does not need him to provide mana. At most, it can use amplification moves to consume some crystals. The rest of the time is very casual. Soon, Lin Chuan came to the teleportation array leading to the 2nd floor. There are many professionals near the teleportation array. While spawning monsters along the way, their strength cannot reach the 2nd level, but by joining forces to deal with the monsters around them, they can still produce a lot of useful materials for them. Brother Lin, you are back. Well, how long have Xiao Wu Wang and the others been up there? Lord Xiao Wu Wang and the others have been in for about half an hour. Okay, Lin Chuan summoned 100 fire dragons with a move of his hand. The whole body is red, the majestic fire dragon. Each head is a 3-star level, with strong combat power. On the 1st floor of the Dragon Tomb, as long as you don't encounter a quasi-war god level, or a powerful king. Can push anywhere. I'll put 100 fire dragons here to help you kill monsters and protect your safety. Please work hard. With the addition of 100 fire dragons, this can greatly speed up their spawning of monsters. At the same time, they can also collect some spiritual plants with confidence. Collecting spiritual plants requires secret guidance and takes time. Once interrupted by monsters, you have to start over. But now that we have the fire dragon guarding us, this won't happen. Thank you, Brother Lin. Brother Lin, you are so good. Brother Lin, you are not the killer star in the rumors at all, you are quite a nice person. Lin Chuan, ahem, I will only kill those who provoke me. Okay, I won't tell you anymore. With these 100 fire dragons guarding us, your safety should be guaranteed. Lin Chuan boarded the teleportation array. After going up, because there is a second-level scroll on the body, the choice is directly triggered. Do you want to enter the second floor of Dragon Tomb? Yes. A flash of blue light flashed, and Lin Chuan disappeared on the teleportation array. After he left, the professionals around the teleportation array were all amazed. Brother Lin is definitely the most capable among all previous trialists. Yes, he has gathered almost all the strong men. And we also obtained a key prop. For so many years since the Dragon Tomb was opened, no one has been able to get that prop. And he was very considerate and took care of us. He didn't look down on us because of our low strength. Instead, he left 100 fire dragons for us to protect our safety. I really want to enter the same school as Brother Lin and become a follower of Brother Lin. Based on Brother Lin's principles, if you can become his follower, your strength will be guaranteed to be the god of war in the future. Dragon Tomb on the second floor. It was originally a rivalry between the high-level bloodlines of the Fire Dragon and the Electric Dragon, but now, it has completely become the personal domain of the Fire Dragon King. The scorched red earth was covered with volcanic lava, and the temperature was extremely hot. High-temperature steam constantly rushes out of the cracks in the earth. That kind of steam alone can kill an ordinary LV-30 professional. The Dragon Tomb is very dangerous, which is why only new stars are selected every year. If you are not strong enough to enter, Chun-Chun will die. In the sky, fireballs kept falling down. After the war between the two super war gods Dragon King ended, the remaining electric dragons were enslaved and went into the mines to mine. King Xiao Wu and dozens of others were teleported up. According to Lin Chuan's instructions, he kept moving in one direction. They also wanted to make some achievements. After all, Lin Chuan shared the map, so they couldn't make no contribution at all. These are all proud geniuses who cannot make substantial contributions. How can they be embarrassed to share the wealth when the time comes? The dragons on the second floor have one characteristic. Under the aura of the Flame Dragon King's domain, they all transformed into dragon-like forms similar to Ao Tian. Every dragon man has armor and weapons on his body. Despicable humans, how dare you offend the territory of my great queen? The evolutionary essence in you is too rich. I will kill you all and sacrifice them to my king. A large number of Dragonite teams rushed forward. Among them were dragon attendants wearing armor and holding spears, swords and various weapons. There are also dragon wizards who raise their hands, constantly summoning fireballs, and casting large fireballs. These dragonmen all have the combat power of the original Fire Dragon King Bayek. However, facing the team of professionals led by King Xiao Wu, they were naturally killed by an overwhelming force. Fight all the way for dozens of miles. It wasn't until the quasi-war god-level fire dragon and the war god-level fire dragon commander appeared on the second floor that King Xiao Wu and the others suddenly realized that they had been charging too hard all the way, and now they couldn't withstand it anymore. Stupid humans. We deliberately showed weakness and led you into a trap. Ha 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 ha. You have entered the circle surrounded by our fire dragon. I, the third guard under the Flame Dragon King, the Fire Dragon Commander Dilan, will destroy you all. The Fire Dragon Shield Guards and the Fire Dragon Mage Corps come out and crush these people. The LV-51 War God level Fire Dragon Commander is an orange-haired beauty who is over 1.8 meters tall. He was covered in black leather armor, with heavy shoulder armor on his shoulders. She has a hot figure and a healthy wheat complexion. She carries a war hammer. In his hand was an ancient talisman that looked like dragon scales. That's a kind of dragon war talisman. It can mobilize the dragon army, arouse resonance, and enhance the combat power of the dragon army. Boom! Hundreds of shield guards formed a circle and raised their shields. Skyfire shield wall. A huge red wall of light, circular in shape, like a giant cylindrical tower or a cylindrical cage. As soon as it appears, it will trap all the professionals and block their way out. Meteor of Thea. The fire dragon archmages, numbering in the hundreds, all raised their hands, chanting incantations and guiding the magic to be performed. Boom boom boom. Fireballs fell one after another, and their impact point was the center of the shield wall. This is a close-door, dog-fighting style of play. Trap the enemy, then unleash an indiscriminate bolide strike. Each bolide is tens of meters in diameter, like a stone ball, burning red and terrifying. When it fell, it immediately caused an explosion, and molten lava shot out in all directions. Bai Ling tried his best to open a huge mental energy shield. Use great skills at the same time. The Brontosaurus goes to sea. After completely digesting the lightning spirit strain last night, Bai Ling's strength increased greatly and he has mastered 2 combat skills. At this moment, a majestic thunder and lightning dragon hundreds of meters long emerged from her snow-white hands and blasted into the sky. Bang bang, huge bolides were blown up in the sky by her thunder dragon. Then other professionals took action and crushed those sky fragments into fly ash. Fire Dragon Commander Delan sneered. Humans, you have some tricks. Dragon Attendant Spearmen, Dragon Attendant Sword Guards, go in and strangle the enemy. Yes, the shield wall briefly separated, and groups of spearmen and sword guards charged in. King Xiao Wu, Xiao Wuji and others also took action. Xiao Wuji frowned. King Xiao Wu, if you just defend yourself, they will kill you alive. King Xiao Wu, I know it too. Naturally, we have to fight back, otherwise it will be too troublesome. Xiao Wuji suggested. I'll help you clean up the surrounding sword guards and spearmen, and you can use your big feet to tear a hole and come out. Good. King Xiao Wu pulled off his loose shirt, revealing his strong muscles and adding buffs at the same time. Strong punch, muscle softening, iron bones. Wuji will, weakness sense, here we come. Xiao Wuji, in the east direction, help me clean up the miscellaneous fish. Good. Fighting arouses. Xiao Wawang, Xiao Wuji naturally cannot be trapped by the opponent forever. Each uses their own means to pressurize the bottom of the box. Bai Ling, Xiao Wawang, I will also add some buffs to you. With another buff, Xiao Wawang and Xiao Wuji's combat power increased 3 to 4 times. Heading towards the east, King Xiao Wu rushed over at top speed. The commander-in-chief Delan sneered and raised his hand. Gunman, hang that man first. A large number of spearmen stabbed away. Get out of my way. The way of Wuji continues in my heart. Alpha strikes. The sword in Xiao Wuji's hand surged with light, and his body flashed, turning into shadows. In an instant, the figure wandered around the field, and slashed with the sword almost at the same second. Tisk tisk tisk. All the spearmen were instantly killed by Xiao Wuji, their armors shattered, their blood surged, and they fell completely. Without any interference, King Xiao Wu also unleashed his strongest attack at the moment. Snap shadow chain kicks. Boom. His whole body was like a cannonball, and he jumped up, with flames bursting out from his feet. Bang. A kick hit the red light wall where the fire dragon shield guards gathered. In an instant, the wall of light exploded, and dozens of fire dragon shield guards were thrown out. Dylan sneered. Get back here. When God of War power is activated, the naked eye cannot catch it at such a fast speed. She instantly came to King Xiao Wu and swung the big hammer like a golf ball. Trouble. Faced with the sudden attack of Delan, King Xiao Wu was extremely frightened. Boom. He was knocked out with a hammer. The 2 life-saving props exploded, which prevented him from dying. But he also fell to the ground and kept vomiting blood. This wave shattered his internal organs. Little King Wu. Wuji's sword. Xiao Wuji burst out with all his strength. At the same time, he took out a dark green gem, which contained the power of the God of War. After being crushed, the sword body was immediately entangled with laws. This is the trump card prepared by the Xiao Wuji family for him. With the power of the God of War attached to the sword, Xiao Wuji launched another alpha attack, turning into dozens of phantoms and attacking Delan. But this time, his attack failed. After all, the opponent is the God of War level Fire Dragon Commander. Dylan's eyes moved at high speed, and she found Xiao Wuji's true body among the numerous shadows. A hand thrust out and grabbed Xiao Wuji's neck. Boom! With a strong throw, Xiao Wuji flew away. The two strongest professionals were defeated one after another, and were absolutely crushed in front of Na Di Lan. Terrible. At this moment, all professionals regretted it. If I had known this, I wouldn't have gone too deep in the first place. It would be nice if Master Lin Chuan waited for a while. What to do now? Xiao Wuwang and Xiao Wuji are both defeated. No one can save us. Huge despair enveloped everyone's heart. On the other side, the Fire Dragon Commander Di Lan chuckled. The evolutionary essence in each one of them is so rich. Ha ha ha, if I dedicate you to the Queen, maybe this time, the Queen will be able to accumulate enough energy. Open the space barrier and take us out of here. What, little King Wu? You are the only one who deserves to be called king. Just go to hell. Boom. Dylan raised the giant warhammer with both hands and activated his combat skills. The runes carved by the warhammer immediately burst into red light. Then she hit it hard. Everything. Pillars of fire burst out. One is more huge than the other. Blast towards King Xiao Wu and Xiao Wuji. Right there the seventh pillar of fire was about to explode. Before Xiao Wuji, Xiao Wuwang, and everyone fell into the deepest despair. One of them was wearing the longevity battle suit, and the thunder and lightning battle robe turned into a cloak and danced with lightning. A majestic and splendid figure like a god appeared. It was Lin Chuan. Boom! Before the pillar of fire was about to rise and kill Xiao Wuji and others. Lin Chuan stepped down. The laws of the god of war flow under your feet and are injected into the earth. Boom! The two energies are colliding crazily, and the entire space is divided into two colors. One side is purple and gold in color. This energy mainly comes from the king-level golden thunder in Lin Chuan's body, which is fused with the king-level Tianyu dragon flame. The space on the other side is completely composed of the power of red fire lava. The two explosive momentums collided, and they were clearly different. Di Lan was overjoyed. There are actually masters. And the Heaven and Earth Wonders battle suit you are wearing looks very good. Ha 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 ha. Di Lan's arms burst out with red light. Continuously, power was injected into the steel sledgehammer that was as tall as a person. The strong wind whipped up, trembling in all directions, and even the gravel on the ground flew up. The power of law burst out, and terrible heat waves spread like beams, intertwining in the space. King Xiao Wu managed to take the alchemy potion and stood up. Lin Chuan, be careful, she is very fast. Boom. Sure enough, as King Xiao Wu said, Di Lan arrived in front of Lin Chuan almost instantly. The shocking sledgehammer, carrying the power of smashing mountains, hit Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan growled, I'm not unhappy either. The wonders of heaven and earth, the immortality armor, are fully activated. A torrent of crystals surged out of the storage module, and thousands of small colorless crystals burned every second. Once a combat skill is used, it burns faster. Boom. Hit with a hammer. With the blessing of the longevity suit, Lin Chuan's attributes also exceeded 1 million, and he reacted instantly. Magic Dragon Flash. The figure fades. Avoid this hammer. Lin Chuan stepped forward fiercely and came behind Di Lan like daylight. Blow out with a palm. This palm may seem ordinary, but it uses the first move of the great Buddha's god-destroying palm. Wanlong worships. The god-destroying palm of the great Buddha is an epic skill created by the heavenly being, the Saint Lord of the Buddha. Skills above diamond level. If you want to improve your skill level, you need more than just experience points. You also need to consume various treasure materials to upgrade your skill level. For example, to use the god-destroying palm of the great Buddha, you need to replenish the dragon energy. Lin Chuan's palm technique is now only level 1. But LV1 is Lin Chuan's most powerful skill at the moment, except for Barak's arrival. Lin Chuan's body shot out surging flames, blazing like a big star. Pushing it out with one hand, tens of thousands of dragon-shaped auras were wrapped around the big hand. One by one, the swimming dragons were entangled and blasted out, turning into a real dragon's claw-like hand. With the momentum to kill everything bombarded down. For a moment, Di Lan felt as if he was facing a dragon king with the highest bloodline. Boom! Under everyone's shocked gazes, Di Lan's body armor shattered, completely unable to withstand the giant hand of 10,000 dragons. Ah, my king, I can no longer serve you. Dylan wailed, fell completely, and was instantly killed by Lin Chuan with a palm. The whole place was shocked. This, Master Lin Chuan, he actually destroyed a war god level dragon leader with one palm. What kind of palm technique was that just now? It was so terrifying. It was so far away that I was almost frightened by the majestic and explosive aura. Even if the immortality suit can temporarily grant the power of the god of war, it can't be that strong, right? Master Lin Chuan, he is only level 20. Even Xiao Wuji and Xiao Wuwang kept gasping. Awesome, I'm far inferior to him. The power of one palm is terrifying. No wonder he can defeat the little god king. You killed Di Lan, the LV-51 War God level Fire Dragon Commander. You gained 190 million experience points. You got the Fire Dragon Crystal Diamond level. You got the Dragon War Talisman 4 Diamond level. You got 10,000 integral. Fire Dragon Crystal. It contains a large amount of dragon energy essence and is a top treasure to assist in the practice of dragon martial arts. Name: Dragon Clan War Talisman 4. Category: Wonderful Objects of Heaven and Earth. Grade: Diamond. Level: 50. Effect: Dragon Army Combined Attack. Diamond level greatly enhances the combat power of the Dragon Army under his command, allowing the skills of the Dragon Warriors to trigger a combined attack effect. Dragon Shadow. Diamond level inject enough power to summon a God of War level dragon. Origin: The Dragon King of Fire Calamity divided an ancient weapon talisman into 4 and gave them to the 4 guardians under his command. This object can lead the Dragon Army. When activated, it can enhance the combat power of the Dragon Army. Collect 4 War Talismans and merge them into 1 star-level War Talisman. Whoops! This palm was forced out, which was also very draining for Lin Chuan, and the backlash in his body was somewhat serious. However, Lin Chuan did not dare to delay. Facing the top experts, he had to strike quickly and decide the outcome with one move. Fortunately, the Great Buddha's God-destroying palm is very powerful. Even the War God level dragon leader was killed by him with one move. After killing the leader of the Dragon Clan, the remaining Dragon Army, without the blessing of the War Talisman, was completely panicked like a bereaved dog. Lin Chuan immediately released Dao Tian, Tian Yu, and Fire Dragon King to strangle the enemy. At the same time, dozens of geniuses under his command also launched a counterattack. Now, Lin Chuan naturally couldn't give up on Dylan's body. Resuscitate, and from now on, fight for me. Lin Chuan drank several bottles of top-grade alchemical potions. They were all plundered from the little god king. Fill up the blue bar. Then perform the method of resuscitation. It is more difficult for a god of war level warrior to revive than an ordinary monster, but it only takes a little time. About a minute later, Dylan's broken body healed, and the broken laws were repaired. You resurrected Di Lan, the LV-51 dragon leader, and you gained a talent, Super King level Molten Dragon Flames. Diamond level and the fire attribute is additionally plus 1000. Diamond level talent obtained. Added 1000 fire attribute value at one time. At this moment, Lin Chuan's fire attribute has reached as high as 1595. Feeling the surging power of dragon flame in his body. This hot feeling made Lin Chuan very excited. Golden Eyes Gold level is promoted to Platinum level. Bloody Blood Gold level promoted to Platinum level. Even the 2 dragon-type talents have been strengthened and transformed due to the arrival of new talents. At the same time, many of his fire skills have evolved. The Fireball technique has been upgraded to Super King level Dragon Flame Ball. The Falling Fire Palm has advanced to the Molten Flame Dragon Fire Palm. Di Lan himself is a 2,300-star god of war powerhouse. At this moment, Lin Chuan's combat power, after comprehensive calculation, reached 2,655 stars. After all, combat power is not a simple addition, but has a complex algorithm. But no matter how you calculate it, it is one step closer to the level 30 Eternal Realm. Dylan opened her eyes and was extremely devoted to Lin Chuan. My great king, Di Lan is willing to follow you forever. Lin Chuan, tell me about the Fire Dragon King. Follow your orders, Di Lan will definitely tell you everything you know. King Xiao Wuji has just taken top-notch medicine and healed his physical wounds. As a result, He looked towards Lin Chuan and almost vomited blood. Such a powerful war god-level dragon leader became Lin Chuan's subordinate. Lin Chuan's talent is too buggy. Chapter 71. The strong and graceful leader of the dragon clan has completely become Lin Chuan's man. She told the former owner and the secrets she knew one by one, without any reservations. Lin Chuan, where is the Flame Disaster Dragon King? What is her current strength? Dylan, I haven't seen the queen for hundreds of years. Since defeating the Storm Dragon King, the queen has obtained many dragon secrets from the Storm Dragon King. She has been in seclusion these years, studying the secret scriptures. Lin Chuan. Secret code. What secret code? Dylan. Some books on weapon manufacturing and ancient dragon spells, my diamond-level warhammer, the armor on my body, and these dragon-like equipment are all forged and blessed by Her Majesty the Queen with spells. Fire dragons can forge weapons, which is reasonable and is part of their talent. Coupled with hundreds of years of study of ancient secret scriptures, I believe that the Fire Dragon Queen's weapon refining ability has reached the pinnacle level. In this case, Lin Chuan has no reason not to accept it. Dylan, my Lady Queen used to be at level 60. Her level may not have improved much over the years, but her strength must have increased many times. Lin Chuan's original plan was to resurrect the Storm Dragon King, and then take the Super God-level Storm Dragon King to defeat the Fire Dragon Queen. Now it seems that the implementation of this idea may not be optimistic. After all, the Storm Dragon King has been dead for hundreds of years, and during these hundreds of years, the former winner, the Fire Dragon Queen, is still getting stronger. But there is also good news, that is, the Dragon Queen is currently in retreat, and she cannot react immediately to what is happening in the outside world. In this case, Lin Chuan will have the opportunity to kill the 4 guardians of the Fire Dragon Queen one by one. Lin Chuan, what do you know about the treasure house that seals the Storm Dragon King? Dylan thought for a while. I still have an impression of those 2 treasure houses. After all, the Queen asked me to do this hundreds of years ago. Audiobook came back a long time ago, and he said excitedly. Where is my dad? Dylan. The body of the Storm Dragon King is now in the 3rd secret vault. However, his soul disappeared due to the explosion of the secret vault during a rebellion by the Electric Dragon Legion more than 100 years ago. Lin Chuan blinked, so he said that the dragon scroll in his hand was somewhat expired. In fact, of the 2 secret vaults marked above, the one that sealed the soul no longer exists. Lao Deng's soul is missing. Audiobook couldn't believe this fact. He had worked hard for this goal for hundreds of years. Now it may never be finished. This was a big blow to him. Lin Chuan, this is a bit troublesome. Logically speaking, it shouldn't be. Why did the system trigger a task that cannot be completed? Lin Chuan felt strange. Dylan said, as long as the body of the Storm Dragon King can be recovered, Audiobook, the son of the Dragon King, should be able to use secret techniques to enter the space between the Dragon King's eyebrows and control the body of the Dragon King. This is still an increase in combat power for the Master, but it is not as powerful as resurrecting the Dragon King. The soul of the Storm Dragon King still exists, so his body cannot be resurrected directly. An immortal war god-level dragon. Very special. The soul must be found and put together. Lin Chuan. Okay, Dylan, clean up the dragons here. Take us to the 3rd secret vault. Dylan said excitedly. Okay. There are many treasures in the 3rd treasure house, which will definitely meet the Master's needs. Lin Chuan planned to get the body of the Dragon King first. In addition, Lin Chuan immediately switched the soul chain, this time from Audiobook to Dylan. Lin Chuan's attributes once again received an extremely terrifying surge bonus. Attributes. Strength 5753.5 plus 350,000, Speed 5871.5 plus 15,000, Defense 5695.2 plus 450,000, Wisdom 6265 plus 300,000. Dylan is the war god level leader of the Dragon Clan. Except for speed, the remaining 3 attributes all exceed 1 million. Lin Chuan received a 30% attribute bonus, which gave his attributes an explosive surge under normal conditions. The only pity is that these are just enhancements when using skills. If you want to learn the skills, or activate the prerequisites for certain talent skills, you need your own pure attributes. After killing Di Lan, Lin Chuan's experience points had accumulated to 2.1 billion. It's enough to upgrade to level 30. You have consumed 1.07 billion experience points, and your level has been raised to LV 30. You have obtained 500 free attribute points. You have obtained the skills, Undead Healing Platinum level, Undead Madness Platinum level. You have obtained the talent, Undead Transformation Diamond level. Tip: the talents of Undead Master Mythical level and Undead Synthesis Mythical level can already be upgraded. These two core mythological talents can also be upgraded. Lin Chuan immediately consumed the experience points. No matter how much it cost, this experience must be increased. You have spent 500 million experience points, and the Undead Master has been promoted to the second level. New effect: you can choose a talent or skill of the Undead. You have spent 500 million experience points, and the Undead Synthesis has been upgraded to the second level. New effect: you can feed other Undead as materials to improve the level of the Undead. You can consume specific materials to improve the level of the Undead. A great upgrade experience. Although all the experience points are used up, only 30 million are left. But it's still very worth it. Moreover, Lin Chuan's combat effectiveness rating has reached 2,950 stars at this moment. There are only 383 stars left from the level 30 Eternal Realm, 3,333 stars. Every time you level up to 10 levels, you will automatically get 2 skills and 1 talent from the professional skill tree. This time, 2 platinums and 1 diamond. It seems that the higher the level, the more powerful the skills and talents obtained. The Undead Healing Technique is a spell that specializes in healing the wounds of the undead. It has a powerful effect. For example, Aotian was injured by the Little God King before. If Lin Chuan uses this technique, Aotian can recover to full combat strength in a few seconds. The Undead's madness can make the undead more aggressive, increase damage, enhance defense immunity, and increase combat power by 10 times. As for Undead Conversion, this skill has only one effect. It can combine 3 different undead of the same level into one universal undead. The role of the universal undead is not to fight. On the contrary, the universal undead has no combat capabilities. Its only purpose is to give some unique undead souls a chance to rise to the stars. For example, if Lin Chuan obtains the Storm Dragon King, he can upgrade the Storm Dragon King to 2 stars by consuming the universal undead. Xiao Wu Wang Bailing and others have killed all the dragons in this place. They each had a good harvest and exploded a lot of materials. Bailing returned and looked at Lin Chuan in surprise. Lin Chuan, you have upgraded to level 30. Lin Chuan: yeah, the experience points are all used up, so I have to keep grinding. But before that, these dragon corpses cannot be wasted. Lin Chuan waved his hand, and the power of recovery was activated. The dead dragons stood up again. You resurrected 951 LV47 dragon attendants, you obtained the talent, Dragon Sword Chi Gold level, and you obtained the skill, Dragon Sword /LV19. You resurrected 1,300 LV47 Dragon Army Shield Guards, you obtained the talent, Dragon War Guards Gold level, and you obtained the skill, Red Fire Shield Wall LV21. You resurrected 1930 LV47 Dragon Mages, you obtained the talent, Evocation Controller Gold level, and you obtained the skill, Belied LV28. You resurrected 850 LV47 Dragon Army Lancers, you obtained the talent, Dragon Lance Mastery Gold level, and you obtained the skill Dragon Lance Pierce LV17. All were resurrected, and then Lin Chuan began to synthesize. 9 merged into 1, forming 3 stars. Although the number has become smaller, each individual unit has been greatly improved. The synthesis is completed, plus the long jun that Lin Chuan picked up along the way. Currently, there are 230 Samsung Dragon Army Shield Guards under Lin Chuan's command. There are 350 Samsung Dragon Army Spearmen. There are 315 Dragon Army Guards. There are 610 Dragon Mages. Lin Chuan: Dylan, these Dragon Legions will still be led by you. Di Lan was excited. The soldiers under his command had at least increased King Lin Chuan's combat effectiveness by 20 times. Thank you, my king. After this wave of upgrades was completed, the army immediately set off towards the 3rd secret warehouse. At the training camp of Kayaozi country, a group of uninvited guests have arrived. The new star training camp of Kayaozi country. Daxia team, temporary camp. As soon as Lu Meng came back from the teleportation channel, he met his subordinate Yin Kongsheng. He got up early in the morning and started practicing boxing. Through continuous practice, the skill level and proficiency of boxing can be improved. Yin Kongsheng is the weakest person in the team. Although he works hard enough, because he is an ordinary professional and comes from a humble background, it is still difficult to catch up with others. Lu Meng stood aside and watched for a while. She quite admired Yin Kongsheng's tenacity, even though he was a bit stubborn. "Ah, Captain, are you back so early today?" Yin Kongsheng turned around and saw the beautiful female captain looking at him with interest. He couldn't help but feel a little nervous, and his delicate face immediately turned red like a teapot. This person is the strongest man in the entire northern military region, and he is also his dream lover. She is young and beautiful, comes from a wealthy family, and has the strength to match the god of war. Yin Kongsheng was very nervous every time he was in front of the captain. It was the same this time. My heart tightened and I scratched my head. There is insufficient crystal preparation for this training camp. We have to wait for the official to send crystals before we can open the channel. Lu Meng smiled faintly, stepped forward, and shot like lightning. You seem to have practiced well in the Five Taiga's great capture. Let me try it out in actual combat with you. Lu Meng attacked like a tiger, pinched his claw marks, and captured Yin Kongsheng. Yin Kongsheng panicked for a moment and was caught by Lu Meng. He immediately counterattacked, the two entangled, each grabbed and counterattacked, and the strength collided. After the fight, Lu Mengkai was surprised to find that although Kongsheng's combat power was not high, his proficiency in each skill was astonishing. Because of a distraction or an accident, her arm was grabbed by Yin Kongsheng. 5 fingers and 1 stroke. Immediately opened the sleeves. The sound of cracking silk came out. A large hole appeared. Yin Kongsheng hurriedly stopped and kept bowing and apologizing. I'm sorry, Captain, I was reckless." Lu Meng smiled heartily. "It's just a small matter. Do you think your captain is that kind of narrow-minded person?" "Of course not." Yin Kongsheng shook his head. Just as Lu Meng was about to leave, Yin Kongsheng said, "Captain, wait a moment. You can give me the clothes and I will sew them on for you." Lu Meng's eyes lit up. He had never seen a boy who could do needlework. "Do you know how to do this?" Yin Kongsheng. "My home is in Weicheng, Southwest Province, which was invaded by monsters. There are 7 younger brothers and sisters in my family. We have to take turns to wear the same clothes. My eldest brother is more naughty, so I learned a little bit." Quote. "Okay, I'll trouble you then." Yin Kongsheng always had a sewing box with him. He took the captain's clothes and started sewing seriously. The sun shines down, and there is a kind of sincerity and purity in the young man's delicate eyes. Lu Meng likes to deal with simple people. Soon, a piece of clothing was sewn, and it was very strong. The threads on it were the threads Yin Kongsheng removed from other clothes. The threads were very strong. The crack was patched up by Yin Kong and turned into a willow branch. Several other small holes were trimmed into flying butterflies. They seemed to complement each other very interestingly. Lu Meng nodded. "You are very good at sewing." She put on her coat again, took out a small mirror and looked at it. "It looks pretty good." "Kongsheng, do you think it looks good?" "Nice. Am I good looking, or are my clothes good looking?" "Ah," Yin Kongsheng hesitated and said, "Both, they all look good." "Ha ha ha ha." Lu Meng slapped Yin Kongsheng on the back. "I won't tease you anymore. But it's not good for you to do this. Man, you have to have courage. No matter how much you say something to me, you are still afraid of it. Why, are you afraid that your girlfriend won't allow it?" I don't have a girlfriend." Yin Kongsheng shook his head. "You're already 27, and you still don't have a girlfriend. How miserable." Yin Kongsheng lowered his head. "Captain, do you have a boyfriend?" The atmosphere was a little awkward. Lu Meng said, "Can I be the same as you?" "I don't need it. Whether it's in the military camp or outside the military camp, there's no one I can take a liking to." Yin Kongsheng was curious. "What are the standards for a captain?" "I won't be able to beat you." Lu Meng. "Idiot, it's not like fighting to get a bride." Besides, with my temper, if I really want to get married, I won't have to fight every day. Why should I find someone better than me and bring trouble on myself? You have to find a sandbag if you want to. Yin Kong felt ashamed and asked again, what are your other standards? Lu Meng thought for a while, he should be a heroic figure wearing golden armor and holy clothes, stepping on 7-color clouds, standing upright, and saving millions of lives. Yes, he must be a hero. Lu Mengyu nodded firmly. Heroic figure. Regarding the word hero, in this era, many people have more or less longing for it. After all, this is an era full of change and crisis. But, is it easier said than done to become a hero? We must face dangers and difficulties, challenge and transcend. Being a hero is tragic, and you often have to pay a heavy price in the end. Yin Kongsheng said seriously, I understand. What do you know? Why, what do you know? Lu Meng just talked casually. She had no standards for boyfriends and had no idea of getting married. Why does this kid look so serious? Lu Meng thinks this kid is a little weird. Soon, several soldiers from the Garyaozi kingdom came over. Captain Lu, the person who delivered the spar is here. Okay, got it. Lu Meng, Kong Chong, go back to the camp to greet them. Yes. Kong Sheng walked into the barracks. Lu Meng didn't pay attention at first, but soon she realized something was wrong. It was clearly a valley, but all the sounds disappeared. Lu Meng alertly activated the detection eye technique, and at the same time waved his hands. 2 revolver blades appeared in his hands. Lu Meng, a professional roaming gunner, has completed the path to awakening in his second transformation. Current professional name, Bloody Rose. Ha ha ha, he is worthy of being the god of war of Great Shah. He is indeed quite astute. Following the direction of the sound, Lu Meng immediately opened fire, flashing bullets whizzing out. As a result, they hit some invisible barriers without any damage feedback. Those bullets seemed to have broken through a layer of water film. Ripples rippled through the void, then disappear in an instant. Soon, on the other side of the ripples, an old man covered in black robes appeared. The wanted criminal of the demon world. Old man Haikong, it's you. Lu Meng was horrified that this place was actually invaded by demon cultists. Old man Haikong, yes, it's me. The old man Haikong took off the cloak on his head, revealing an evil scar on his face that passed through his eyeball. It was hideous and terrifying, like a centipede passing through the face. Thunder Cicada left this scar on my face. HMPH. This time, isn't he the leader of the summer training camp? I will enter the dragon tomb and kill all the geniuses inside. I will destroy Lei Chan, who has been proud all his life, forever. Lu Meng was furious. Old Haikong, you are shameless. You are already level 61 and you still attack children. Are you still a human being? Haikong laughed. Man, I stopped doing this a long time ago. I have joined the monster clan a long time ago. As long as I can gain power, what's the difference between being a monster and being a monster? Besides, this world will be destroyed soon, and everyone will be a monster by then, ha ha ha. I'm just one step ahead. Lu Meng kept attacking, but to no avail. Do you dare to let me out? Let's fight to the death. Old man Haikong, it's ridiculous. A little girl like you who doesn't know how to live or die can be killed by me with just one hand. But our demon realm cult's target this time is not you. Lu Meng, don't be delusional. With your strength, it is absolutely impossible to destroy my dimensional Jedi formation. And inside, you have no means to connect with the outside world. I won't talk nonsense with you anymore. All demon believers, follow me into the dragon tomb. Start hunting time. This time, the demon world cultists dispatched a super war god and more than a dozen war gods. Most of them come here voluntarily after hearing that there are benefits and almost no risks. After all, they are killing a group of professionals who have not yet taken the college entrance examination. That's not just random killing. The rewards are so generous, and there is no danger, and it is still in the closed environment of Dragon Tomb. For these demonic believers, participating means making money. The strong fire snake girl has her hair styled into dreadlocks, a bit like Alawi, the sea beast priest in LOL. He is 1.9 meters tall and weighs more than 400 kilograms. Old Haikong, thank you so much for informing me of such a great opportunity. When this matter is over, I will serve you well. The old man Haikong looked embarrassed. Fire Snake Girl, there is no need to be so polite. I have something else to do. Let's do it next time. I will definitely do it next time. Agent Boulder. It's so cool. I've wanted to go kill random people in the Dragon Tomb trial for a long time. This is not equivalent to a group of tigers entering a flock of sheep. This time, facing those paper-like little dolls, we can only make a medium profit, a big profit, and a super profit. Quote. A biochemical demon from the lighthouse country with gelatinous green skin all over his body, who says it's not the case. If I get enough points in this wave, I will apply to the great existence to recast my body for me. Many people follow the monster clan. It is also because they can realize many of their dreams. Old man Haikong deliberately appeared in front of Lu Meng and the others, just to let Lei Chan know who it was that killed all the Daxia trialists this time. Haikong hated Lei Chan, and he wanted Lei Chan to hate him for the rest of his life. As for the other members of the Wanzhou Church, they also hate the Daxia official from the bottom of their hearts. Old Haikong, you are shameless. I won't let you go. There seemed to be flames burning in Lu Meng's pupils, but she seemed to be stripped to another world. No matter what method, she could not affect the old man Haikong. I can only watch helplessly. Haikong waited for the demon world cultists to leave and walked directly into the dragon tomb from the passage. Outside, most of the other people in the training camp were also controlled this time. Having said that, it is too easy for a super war god and more than a dozen war gods to completely control a training camp in the Ka Yaozi country when they are coordinated internally and externally. Lu Meng tried many methods to deal with the dimensional Jedi formation, even using disposable forbidden weapons, but to no avail. She turned around and returned to the barracks. At this moment, Yin Kongsheng and others were briefly controlled by the illusion. Open. The illusion was lifted and everyone came back to their senses. When Lu Meng told them the current situation, everyone's expressions suddenly changed. How could this be possible? These devil beasts who kill 1,000 swords are really despicable. Lord Lei Chan, it would have been better if I had directly killed this old ghost Haikong. What should we do now? We must get the news out. It's useless. The dimensional Jedi formation is equivalent to banishing us to a different dimension. There is no way to contact anyone. All channels are disabled and no text can be posted at all. Oops, too bad. I originally thought I would come to Yaozi country to take some time off, but I ended up encountering this kind of bad luck. Whether you make a mistake or not is a trivial matter. If all the geniuses from the 13 provinces of Great Sha are buried in the Dragon Tomb this time, this responsibility will simply not be something we can bear. That's the lives of thousands of geniuses. Whoops. If I had been more alert, I would really feel sorry for those people from the 13th province. A member of the team with a hot temper hit the ground so hard that he punched his fist. Covered in blood. Demon Realm cultist. Get back here. Fight to the death. Lu Meng, as the captain this time, once things go as expected. They were all killed in the summer, so her responsibility is undoubtedly the biggest. If that happens, the entire Lu family will be shamed because of her. She could never hold her head up for the rest of her life. Lu Meng clenched her fists tightly, her nails were embedded in her flesh, and blood continued to bleed from between her fingers. It could be seen that she was extremely sad and angry at this moment. Nothing else matters anymore. The most important thing now is the children inside. They are my future in Daxia, and now they have no information at all. And the other party has a super god of war. How can we find a way to get the news out? Lu Meng looked at everyone around him pleadingly. At this time, he needed to brainstorm ideas. Looking at Lu Meng's helpless, anxious, and remorseful eyes, Yin Kongsheng felt severe pain in his heart. In this dimensional formation that is isolated from everything, how can we deliver the message? Yin Kongsheng bit his fingers and thought desperately. Captain, but now we really have nothing to do. Let alone delivering news to the children, even if we notify the military region, we can't do it. Time is running out. Richard, you are not an array master. Can you break this dimensional Jedi array? Captain, I can only try my best, but after all, this is the formation of laws arranged by the super god of war, so I'm afraid the chance is slim. The atmosphere became gloomy for a moment. Yes, the opponent is a super god of war, and a master of the laws of space. The use of formations and space laws is naturally not something that a quasi-war god can crack. At this time, suddenly, Yin Kongsheng had a flash of inspiration. He thought of a way. Yin Kongsheng spoke. The top priority is getting the message out. Of course we all know this, but the problem is how to spread the news. We are isolated by the dimension and no channel can be used. Lu Meng said in an irritable mood. Yin Kongsheng took a deep breath and seemed to have made some important decision. There is a way to get the message out. Kongsheng, you have the brightest mind, what other method is there now? Array Master Richard said excitedly. At this moment, Yin Kongsheng raised his eyes and looked at Captain Lu Meng with scorching eyes but tenderness. Captain, if I spread the news, will I be considered a hero in your eyes? Lu Meng was a little surprised. What method is it? Why are you still saying such nonsense at this time? Yin Kongsheng was unexpectedly serious. If you tell me first, does it count? Lu Meng said anxiously. Don't talk about this now. Forget it. Of course it does. Tell me what to do. There was a sudden smile of relief and joy on Yin Kongsheng's face. Then I finally have one, which is in line. Lu Meng frowned, and her powerful sixth sense suddenly gave her a bad premonition. Kongsheng, what are you going to do? Yin Kongsheng stepped back a dozen steps and took out a pistol from the storage module. Lift your head and aim your chin. Lu Meng, as well as everyone present, immediately understood Yin Kongsheng's method. Explode the soul card. He wants to blow up the soul card to send a message to the military region. If a sergeant who was performing a mission in the Garyaozi training camp died, the northern military region would immediately contact and investigate. At that time, if they found that they could not be contacted, they would naturally send someone over as soon as possible. Yin Kongsheng, who has always been the last person in the world, actually came up with a way to deliver a message by self-destruction. Lu Meng screamed sharply and was about to rush forward. You are not allowed to do stupid things, Yin Kongsheng. I order you. This is an order. Stop, Captain, I also want to be a hero, even if it's just for a second. Yin Kongsheng wanted to say, I want to be your hero, even if it's just for a second. But he, who had always been reserved, still couldn't speak like that. Boom, a clear voice came out. Blood spattered, Yin Kongsheng fell backwards, and several teammates rushed over like crazy. Clush, Lu Meng, who had always been proud and fearless, also collapsed and sat on the ground. Her eyes seemed to have lost focus and tears were streaming down her face. At the same time, tens of thousands of miles apart in the northern military region, Sergeant Yin Kongsheng's soul card was shattered in an instant. Personnel from the military region who go on missions abroad. Anyone whose soul card is blown up is a situation that requires great attention. For this kind of thing, the entire military region has a complete emergency response mechanism. No, the news immediately reached Yu Qian, the general in charge of external tasks in the northern military region. Report, Sergeant Yin Kongsheng of the Garyaozi country team died abnormally, and the entire team cannot be contacted. What? There is such a thing. Yu Qian was shocked. Their mission is to supervise the new star training camp of the Garyaozi kingdom to prevent unruly behavior there. This time, the situation is serious. The Dragon Tomb training camp is related to the talents of the 13 provinces of Daxia and several surrounding small countries. This is a major incident that must be handled urgently. Yu Qian, use my special phone number to contact the Tianan military region immediately and ask them to send personnel to negotiate and investigate the Garyaozi kingdom. I will report the matter to General Shaho Kang immediately. Yu Qian immediately contacted Shaho Kang and fully informed him of the situation. Shaho Kang, the tyrant Lu Yu, Qin Shan and others were shocked. I see. This is a big deal. Among the soldiers who were supervising the Garyaozi kingdom, one person died, and all the others lost their news and could not be contacted. Qin Shan frowned tightly. Lu Meng is considered a master among the gods of war. The entire team failed to spread the news in advance in the chat channel. In other words, they were robbed at the same time. Quote, they can't even send a message. They are either mentally controlled now, isolated by special formations, or have entered certain plain copies. To be able to do these things in an instant, the opponent must have at least several gods of war. There are geniuses from 13 provinces in the Dragon Tomb now. Even if they were added together, it would be difficult for them to deal with a god of war. Lin Chuan is also in the dragon tomb. The matter is very important. Lin Chuan must not make any mistakes. Sha Hukang. No matter what the situation is over there, this matter is important and we can't afford to gamble. Lu Yu, please contact Lei Chan immediately and ask him to enter the dragon tomb. I'll contact the Tianan military region. The current situation is that Yu Qian's weight may not be enough. Sha Hukang personally called Tianan. Soon, the Tianan military region and the Rising Star training camp immediately began to take action. In the Tianan military region, Super War God led a team to the Kayazi Kingdom for on-the-spot investigation. This is the Rising Star training camp. Lei Chan was extremely surprised when he heard the news. Someone dares to cause trouble when I'm in charge of the new star training camp. My balls will explode for him. Open the Dragon Tomb passage. Blue River. Boss, it will take an hour to open. This time cannot be shortened. 1 hour. According to the military's speculation, not all the kids would be dead within an hour. Although there are no rules in Rising Star training camp, anyone can die. But the purpose is to use the test of blood and fire to purge the strong ones. You don't want everyone to die. Lei Chan was immediately extremely angry. He squeezed his hands and a thunderstorm exploded. It's 9 o'clock now. The channel has been closed. To reopen it, this time cannot be shortened. You must wait for an hour. The other side. The second floor of Dragon Tomb. The mighty Dragon Clan army marched with overwhelming momentum. Lan carried the Warhammer and held the Dragon War Talisman in one hand. All the dragons he encountered along the way were killed instantly. Then Lin Chuan reached out and resurrected all the dragons and added them to his dragon army. Xiao Wuwang, Xiao Wuji and other geniuses were extremely shocked at this moment. This is pushing all the way. It's amazing. Brother Chuan's mage army now numbers close to 1,500. Who can withstand the concentration of 1,500 fireballs? Why am I not awakening a dead spirit? I want to be a dead spirit too. Xiao Wuji scratched his head. Good guy, this time it's Brother Chuan who has taken the lead. Bai Ling can at least add a buff to the fire dragon army, but they are almost useless. Because the main sea is too fierce. They had no chance to take action at all the monsters were instantly attacked. Finally, the huge movement caused once again attracted a god of war monster. It's a god of war level molten dragon. It's a bit like a triceratops, like a mountain, hundreds of meters high. Every time you step on it, the ground shakes. His back was convex, with rows of volcanic crater-like muzzles. The geniuses were horrified. The god of war dragon is coming. Dwang, dwang, the earth is shaking. The visitor is one of the 4 guardians, the giant molten mountain dragon Digia. Digia's voice was as thick as a bell. Lan, you betrayed your king. Dylan. Betrayal. It's ridiculous. Tiga, you don't know anything at all. It won't be long before the Fire Dragon King will surrender to you. At that time, the Fire Dragon clan can truly embrace the supreme glory. Digia, you have gone crazy. Hopeless. The dragon who betrayed the queen does not deserve to live in this world. I will crush your new king to death in front of you first, and then I will take you to plead guilty to the queen. Boom boom boom. The volcano cannon behind Digia blasted out huge lava fireballs. Lin Chuan raised his hand and activated the power of giving. Within the halo, the dragon army's combat power surged again, and at the same time, the immunity and damage increasing effects of the 8 pagodas were directly enhanced. Coupled with Bai Ling's buff and Dylan's dragon war talisman effect. And Lin Chuan's new skills. The undead go crazy. The torrent of mysteries. A mere war god level dragon, surrender to me. The shield guard dragon army raised their shields high, and a red wall of light appeared. In conjunction with the effect of the 8 pagodas at level 45. Increase damage by 550%. Damage reduction 99.93%. It can only deal 0.07% damage. Although the giant dragon is at the god of war level, it cannot even break through the red light wall of the shield guards. Dija was horrified that his attack could not damage the wall of light formed by the opponent's shield guards. How can this be? The next moment, Lin Chuan raised his hand. Temporarily give the power of empowerment, the ability of the Dark Blight Curse, to the Electric Dragon King Ao Tien. Even his immortality suit was temporarily given to Ao Tien. This caused Aoshan's speed to surge again, and it was no different from the real god of war. Aotian instantly came to Digia's side. A palm print went down. Digia was instantly shrouded in the power of withering, aging and old, as if he had lost his vitality, his body's functions, attributes, everything had been reduced by 90%. Digia. What kind of power is this? How is it possible? Where has my life force gone? Dylan was excited. Mage, bombard with all your strength. Boom boom boom. This time, the torrent of mysteries finally found the army of mages that best matched it. 80% cooldown reduction, almost unlimited firepower. Fire rain and fireballs all over the sky converged into a torrent, mixed with the fireballs of the large fire dragons in the sky. It hit Nautica with a bang. It actually knocked the huge mountain-like Digia upside down. The blood volume dropped crazily. Minus 19 million. Minus 17.5 million. Minus 18.83 million. The blood bar, which was close to hundreds of billions, bottomed out in an instant. A Dragon King Guardian was killed immediately. You killed the god of war level LV-53 Molten Mountain Dragon Digia, you gained 150 million experience points, and you obtained the Fire Dragon Crystal Diamond level. Another Fire Dragon Crystal. As long as Lin Chuan collects 3 Diamond level Fire Dragon Crystals, he can upgrade his Great Pagoda God Destroying Palm to level 2. After killing Dija, Lin Chuan regained his strength in actual combat. You have resurrected the god of war level LV-53 Molten Mountain Dragon Digia, please choose your talent. At this moment, Lin Chuan can already choose his talent. You chose the platinum level talent, Molten Mountain Power. Tiga wakes up. Lin Chuan and others immediately came to Digia's back. Now, Lin Chuan's undead army, thousands of fire dragons in the sky, tens of thousands of fire dragons on the ground, plus a molten mountain beast, the scale is already quite terrifying. Kill all the way. Finally arrived in front of the third secret vault. Guarding the secret vault is Damat, one of the 4 guardians of the Fire Dragon King, the Fire Dragon Archmage. Suspended in the sky in front of the secret warehouse, with a look of horror on his face, he looked at Dylan and Digia coming with their mighty army. Damat's Adam's apple squirmed, and he asked without confidence. Dylan, Dija, why don't you two stay in your own territory? Why did you come to my third secret treasury? Digia roared. Ho, of course we are fighting for my king. Go to hell. Fire Dragon Archmage Damat has the responsibility of guarding the third secret vault, the physical body of the Storm Dragon King. He also controls a Dragon War Talisman. At this moment, the man is in the sky, with his skinny palms moving the War Talisman. The talisman light is injected into the secret vault. In the huge diamond-shaped treasure house that covers an area of several miles, the stone doors opened one after another, and a large number of dragon-formed mages poured out of the treasure house, densely packed, flying into the sky, waiting in formation. After Lin Chuan killed Dija, he also obtained the Dragon War Talisman on him. At this moment, the 2 battle talismans have already been combined into a more powerful Super Diamond level battle talisman. Damat, Dylan, Dija, you two may be stronger individually, but compete with me in formation and weapon control. You are too young. Accept the baptism of dragon fire in the sky. Mage Legion, attack with all our strength. The Fire Dragon Archmage, who transformed into a dragon in the sky, raised his hands, aimed downwards, and recited the dragon spirit. Various dragon spells burst out, mainly fire spells. As for the Fire Dragon Archmage Damat, after blessing several buff halos, then a spiral wind cannon was released. The wind helps the fire. Wind and fire merge. Fire tornadoes filled the sky, pouring down like a fiery Milky Way. Strips of fire and wind intertwined like rain, carrying a terrifying aura like divine punishment. Faced with such an attack, Xiao Wu, Wang Xiaowuji and others could not help but feel a little numb, but Lin Chuan was not afraid at all. Dylan, as commanded, Dylan sacrificed the larger Dragon War Talisman in his hand. The Dragon War Talisman, the special effects of the 8 pagodas, give a halo, coupled with the madness of the undead, the torrent of mysteries. Boom! A huge shield of red fire light condensed out, occupying several kilometers of space around it. Like an indestructible and thick city wall, it can resist all attacks from the Fire Dragon Archmage. Then a counterattack broke out. The mages under Lin Chuan fired fireballs into the sky. Digia is also full of firepower, like a battlefield fort. Boom boom boom. From the several craters on Digia's back, molten fire cannonballs rushed up into the sky. A loud rumble exploded in the sky. Every time there was an explosion, a large area of fire dragon mages died. Lin Chuan raised his hand and pulled them all up. One was ebbing and the other was ebbing, and Damat's eyes were so angry that they were about to burst. Those were all the elite dragon skills he had carefully cultivated, but now they were all taken away by the human on the other side. Retreat first. Guard the secret vault. Quickly convey the news to Her Majesty the Queen. Digia and Dylan have rebelled, and the Fire Dragon Legion is facing the most critical challenge in hundreds of years. Damat flew into the secret vault like a meteor. Oops. They're closing the door. I'll do it. Xiao Wuji once again crushed a gem that sealed the power of law. He rushed out like a welcome and came to a door that was about to close. Alpha strikes. Phew. Dozens of fire dragon mages were killed, and then with a bang of the sword, the mechanism that controlled the closing of the door was destroyed. Lin Chuan was overjoyed. Li Yi, you did a good job. After all, they are top geniuses, they still have their uses, and this time they rush into the dragon clan's treasure house and plunder, their strength will be doubled. These people already have the intention to follow Lin Chuan. Even King Xiao Wu and Xiao Wuji were impressed in their hearts after seeing Lin Chuan's power, and were completely convinced by Lin Chuan. It is very likely that the next wave of people will be the first batch of close associates under Lin Chuan. Of course Lin Chuan also wanted to train these people. All geniuses, rush in. All the treasures obtained belong to you. Plunder as much as you like, I'll clear the way for you. Lin Chuan took the lead and turned into a bolt of lightning, with Dilan and Ao Tian guarding him. Shikigami Tenyu, Fire Dragon King, Musashi, Onagong, Midoko and other undead souls helped Lin Chuan and began to plunder the Fire Dragon treasure house from the outside. By now, these quasi-war gods, even the undead who are not as good as quasi-war gods, are no longer the first echelon under Lin Chuan. There are many treasures in the third secret vault, many of which can enhance the combat power of undead such as Tianyu and Fire Dragon King. Lin Chuan pursued Damat, not only to kill him, but also to ask him to take him to find the body of the Storm Dragon King in the core secret vault. Lin Chuan and the two undead men under his command were like three beams of light, traveling through the tunnel corridors. All the dragon soldiers who resisted were killed with one move, instantly killing them. Damat was horrified. Why was this LV-30 human behind him so powerful? Hehehehe. Damat, I'm catching up with you. Dilan picked up the giant hammer with both hands. Bang. A hammer hit Damat on the back. There was a loud bang. Damat fell to the ground, making a huge crater in the stone path of the corridor. The gravel exploded and fell to the ground. Poof. This hammer almost killed half of Damat's life. He is a mage, and he is most afraid of being approached, especially a dragon leader like Dilan who has high attack and defense, high output burst, and is also clingy. Damat was about to raise a hand and cast a spell. Boom. Another big hammer hit Damat, and one of his hands was fractured and smashed like a meatloaf. He screamed, the pain was heartbreaking, and his long hair was wet with sweat. Human, how did you control Dilan? Why are you chasing me so hard? Lin Chuan. You will know soon. Boom. Lin Chuan slapped a black palm print on Damat's body. He used to look like a middle-aged man in his 40s or 50s, but now he was stooped, covered with age spots, his hair was dry and falling off, and his teeth were soft. Boom. Dylan struck again, and in despair, Damat's head was blown open, killing him instantly like a watermelon. You killed the LV-51 God of War level Fire Dragon Archmage Damat. You gained 130 million experience points, you got the Fire Dragon Crystal Diamond level, you got the Dragon War Talisman 3 Diamond level, you got 1000s of points. Lin Chuan handed the collected War Talisman to Dylan. Dylan was extremely happy and absorbed another Battle Talisman. She now had 3 Battle Talismans in her hand. Together, they were close to the star level, and their power increased sharply. Lin Chuan then resurrected Damat. Extracted a platinum-level talent from the opponent, Explosive Flame Spelling. It's a pity that Dilan, Mat, and Jia all have the same diamond-level talents. Lin Chuan already had that talent, so he could only choose the best platinum talent. Exploding flame energy shaping is a stronger method of flame shaping. It records some rules and methods, which is very fruitful for Lin Chuan. 1 minute later, Demat wakes up. Lin Chuan. Demart, tell me where the body of the Storm Dragon King is. Where is the core secret vault? I need to absorb a large number of dragon treasures to improve the level of the 8 pagodas. Demat. Hey, Lord, this is an unfortunate coincidence. The core secret vault is where the dragon corpse is stored. However, if you want to open the core secret vault, you need a secret key. Secret key. Before Lin Chuan came in, the military region gave him 4 secret keys. I wonder if it can be used here. Lin Chuan took out 4 golden keys from the storage module. Just enough. Demat was overjoyed. The secret vault is divided into 3 floors. Every 3, unlock a level. I happen to have 5 secret keys in my hand. Including the master, there are 9 in total. They are just right and can open the secret vault where the Dragon King's body is sealed. Is there such a coincidence? That is to say, without these 4 secret keys, it would be impossible to see the Storm Dragon King. And he happened to have 4 secret keys in his hand. Lin Chuan let out a long breath. It was a bit too coincidental. But now I can't think of an answer. Let's release the physical body first. Under Ao Tian's control, the combat power of his undead can be greatly increased. Demat led the way. Finally, Lin Chuan and others arrived at the core of the 3rd secret vault. The huge stone gate is dozens of feet high. There are rows of huge ancient dragon reliefs on it. Majestic, magnificent, sacred and lifelike. The carvings drawn by the die that was once called immortal are all mottled and blurred. This secret vault is full of traces of time. Ao Tian. This treasure house looks like it has a history of tens of thousands of years. Demat. Yes, this secret vault has existed for a long time. Ao Tian. I thought this was specially built by the Fire Dragon Queen. Now I have a total of 9 secret keys in my hand. Place the secret key into the keyhole. It hasn't started turning yet. A buzz. The huge stone door immediately glowed with light, overflowing with light. The dragon-shaped relief on the stone door seems to have come alive. Kakaka. The sound of the machine turning was heard, and the door slowly opened. Inside, there is a dazzling array of treasures, including equipment built by the Fire Dragon Queen over the years, as well as suits stripped off by the former commanders of the Electric Dragon clan after they were captured. There are various ancient dragon bones, precious blood, dragon scales, dragon horns, as well as special precious medicines, plants, etc. Ao Tian was overjoyed. Oh my god. 9-piece set with the power of thunder and lightning. 9 pieces are diamond quality. Master, can you give me this set of equipment? Lin Chuan nodded, and Ao Tian immediately put on the equipment with joy. Even Di Lan was a little surprised. He didn't expect so many treasures to be collected in these years. The hammer of the ancient hurricane. This war hammer is much more powerful than the one in her hand. This piece of equipment. It contains a trace of the ancient dragon god's thoughts. You can use this hammer to learn the skill, Hurricane Judgment. I have always wanted to earn enough contributions and then redeem them. Sir, I want this war hammer. Lin Chuan. Take it if you like it. Anyway, this is the Fire Dragon Queen's treasure house, and Lin Chuan doesn't feel bad at all. He also released the 8 pagodas, allowing the 8 pagodas to begin absorbing those treasure materials to help it upgrade. In addition, Lin Chuan also selected a few sets of equipment to take down, and then he could give them to Shikigami Tenyu, Fire Dragon King, Musashi and others to help them improve their strength. In addition, Lin Chuan himself also picked a good diamond level suit. It's just level 40. After all, he is only level 30 now. With the power of the contract, he can only wear equipment that is higher than level 10. However, the equipment did not improve much for Lin Chuan. Because of the soul chain, he now has hundreds of thousands of attributes. The bonus of equipment seems a bit insignificant. What Lin Chuan really wants is strange objects in the world with various strange effects. The 8 pagodas greedily devoured it. We are moving towards LV50. At the same time, by devouring equipment, the quality is also rapidly improving. Once reaching level 50, the quality evolves from star to king level, and Lin Chuan can also get 2 trump cards. Then, the second secret vault was opened. On rows of shelves. Inside are various dragon treasures, the kind of elixir of heaven and earth nourished by dragon breath, some of which are thousands of years old or 3,000 years old. These precious medicines can be used to refine some special alchemical medicines. After taking it, you can permanently increase attributes or activate certain talents. It can be said to be of infinite value. Just by collecting all the treasures in this core treasure house, the wealth Lin Chuan would gain would be enough for him to create a big family among the top 10 at the provincial level. Lin Chuan raised his hand, and as the strong wind blew up, he collected all kinds of precious medicines and put them all into his storage module. His current storage module is surprisingly large. The Gao family devil may cry. Many geniuses in Jinghai, the Chen family's little god kings and family professionals were all robbed by Lin Chuan. The total number of storage modules now exceeds 100,000. Moreover, Lin Chuan also has an infinite undead space. Even if the storage module cannot be accommodated, he can still put it into the undead space. The 8 pagodas are still on the outermost level, greedily devouring them. Lin Chuan and his party finally arrived at the core treasure house. Put the secret key in your hand, and the last stone door opens. The Storm Dragon King was excited, and a huge dragon corpse appeared in front of everyone. Extremely shocking. Even though he had been dead for hundreds of years, the mountain-like corpse was still shining with surging electric light. It was an Eastern war dragon, wearing golden armor, and its face was covered with a golden mask. He seemed to have just fallen into a deep sleep, his body still rising and falling. But as the king of eternal night, Lin Chuan could sense that the ancient dragon's body was empty and had no soul. Dad, Dad, Ao Tian was extremely excited. After hundreds of years, he finally saw his father again. He raised the natural disaster war gun, ran the electric light, and with a bang, pierced the 12 sky-holding chains that bound the body of the Storm Dragon King. Boom! The chain was too strong, and Ao Tian's full blow did not injure the chain at all. How so? Open it for me! Open it for me! Ao Tian launched a furious attack on the chain, but to no avail. But fortunately, this chain also has a health bar. Ao Tian's attack is just too weak. It is not that the chain is completely indestructible. Okay, Ao Tian, come back first. These 12 chains just take some time. With one move, Lin Chuan took Damat and all the fire dragon mages into the space of the dead. Then in the space, he used Undead Madness and Mysterious Flood, and temporarily gave the Dragon War Talisman to Damat. Several black passages opened. Endless torrent of flames blasted out. Ao Tian is very strong, but the damage that thousands of 3-star fire dragon mages can do with various bonuses is naturally far greater than him. Boom boom boom. The blood volume of Qingtian chain is rapidly declining. Boom. A sky-holding chain shattered, and the huge chain fell to the ground. On average, one can break into pieces in 1 minute. Ao Tian was overjoyed. That's great, the master is really a god. Lin Chuan continued. On the other side, the level of Babu Pagoda finally reached level 50. At the same time, he devoured a large amount of dragon-type diamond-level equipment, and his level was also upgraded to a higher legendary level. The 8 pagodas are upgraded to the legendary level, and you will receive the reward, Wings of Yinglong Epic Level Movement Skills. New mission goal. Reach the epic level. Target reward. Chaos Swallowing Sky Technique. The 8 pagodas are upgraded to LV50, all attributes are plus 500, and the LV50 mission is completed. Reward. The Art of Yinglong King's Coming. New mission goal. Reach LV100, goal reward, Breath of the Chaos King Dragon. Epic level movement skills are here. Tiandao directly empowered Lin Chuan, and Lin Chuan was also quickly understanding how to use Yinglong's wings. With my current body, if I want to perform this epic movement technique, I will need a lot of power from colorless crystals. But thanks to this movement technique, I have a chance to escape unscathed even when facing the God King. Epic skills are extremely rare throughout Blue Star. Once it appears, it is likely to trigger some God Kings to conquer each other and break their minds. Even for many God Kings, the highest secret skills at the moment are only at the legendary level. Epic level, this is a supreme skill passed down by many higher planes. Perhaps in the future, Blue Star will open level 80, level 90, and level 100 versions so that epic skill books can be found in some dungeons. And now, Lin Chuan already has 2 epic skills in his hands. However, the contents of these 2 techniques are too vast, and Lin Chuan cannot write them into words to teach others. Even tens of billions or trillions of words cannot describe 1/10,000th of these 2 skills. In other words, he directly obtained these 2 skills through initiation. Otherwise, if you let him learn, he may not know how many years it will take to learn. Once the skill Yinglong Wings is used, it will consume at least 3,000 small colorless crystals per second. And to respond to the Dragon King General's phantom summons, the lowest level requires 100,000 soul crystals. Lin Chuan was stunned. Although the great skills were powerful, the consumption was not something ordinary people could bear. At the same time, demonic cultists who went deep into Dragon Tomb. It's not easy to enter the Dragon Tomb once. I heard that there are several dragon marrow pools here. If you baptize your body once, you can get rewards and even activate a trace of dragon blood talent. Ha ha ha, let's go find the dragon marrow pond first, and kill all the dolls we see along the way. Old Man Haikong. Yes, look for the dragon marrow pond first, and then immediately enter the 2nd floor. According to my information, there is a little kid named Lin Chuan in Daxia who has obtained the key item of Dragon Tomb. The rewards that can be obtained from that key prop are definitely more significant. Agent Jushi. Mr. Haikong, I heard that there is a white storm on the 2nd floor, which is extremely scary. Once someone above the God of War enters, there is a high probability of triggering that kind of storm. Over the years, countless war god level people have died in it. Later, Daxia changed the Dragon Tomb into an annual trial for young professionals below the war god level. Haikong smiled lightly. It doesn't matter, I have already made preparations before entering this time. I am an accomplished formation master in the space system. I have already arranged several formations in advance. By then, I will not be afraid of any natural disasters or storms. Don't worry. Great, Mr. Haikong is really amazing. Everyone finally arrived near the Fire Dragon Marrow Pond, and everyone had surprised expressions. Huh, where's the Dragon Marrow Pond? The Dragon Marrow Pond marked on the map is obviously from here. Why is it missing? Was it sucked out by someone? It's absolutely impossible. It's tens of millions of years of accumulation, and no one can absorb it all. Go check out other Dragon Marrow pools. When everyone arrived at the Electric Dragon Marrow Pond, the situation remained the same. They're all gone. How is this possible? No more Dragon Marrow pools. Find the teleportation array, go to the 2nd floor, catch Na Linchuan, and get his key props. The old man Haikong was furious. Time was already tight, but the 2 empty Dragon Marrow ponds in front and behind made their group waste a lot of time in vain. Old Haikong was angry. Suddenly, a sheepskin scroll flew out of his storage module, and dozens of words appeared on it. When you enter the dungeon normally, you cannot use the chat channel to directly contact the outside world. Because the copy space and the real world are not on the same plane at all. However, communication can be achieved by using some props prepared in advance. Gun's parchment is this kind, specifically connecting the parchment inside and outside the copy. Lord Haikong, something is seriously wrong. The sergeants in the Dimensional Jedi formation committed suicide to pass the information to the Daxia military. Now the Daxia military is sending people over. And Lei Chan seemed to have received the news. Looking at the words on the parchment, the faces of these despicable rats who had been hiding in the dark environment changed and their expressions solidified. What? Such a thing can happen. Sergeant Daxia, he doesn't hesitate to die to destroy our plan. What now? Do we want to go out? This place is so vast, even if Lei Chan comes in, he won't be able to find us right away. I have only killed less than 10 professionals so far. It would be such a loss to leave like this. It involves the key props of Dragon Tomb and the supreme reward of Top Dragon Tomb. No one is unmoved. It is indeed worthy of excitement. Just from the outer treasury of the core secret treasury, Lin Chuan has harvested countless diamond-level equipment and various rare props, which are of immeasurable value. Idiot. Lei Chan is a God King-level powerhouse. His spiritual thoughts can cover thousands of miles around him. If he wants to find us, it will be too easy. Old Haikong squinted his eyes. Speed up your action, it will take at least an hour for Lei Chan to come in. Immediately write on the parchment and give orders to the men outside. Close the channel. Senior Haikong, why do you want to close the passage? Senior Haikong, how can we get out like this? If Haikong hadn't been a super god of war, other gods of war might have been unable to bear it anymore and would go on a rampage to kill. It is equivalent to entering the Jedi. There is that passage, and there is an exit. Now that the access to the Karyazi kingdom is closed, aren't they going to be shut down and beaten? Old Haikong, if we don't close that passage, we can wait for the people from Daxia to come in immediately. But Senior Haikong, there is no passage, how can we get out? Don't worry, I am a powerful person in space. I have already prepared a teleportation array that can take us directly back to the Demon Temple. It was as expected by the old man Haikong. The passage over there has just been closed. A super war god of Daxia, a swordsman, has used top-notch means to control a giant flying sword, all the way from the Tianan military region to the Garyazi kingdom. The god of war from the Garyazi kingdom roared over immediately and issued a warning in the airspace. The restricted area ahead is prohibited. Tuobaling Yu, the super god of war in the Tianan military region, grabbed the person directly with his big hand. What does the restricted area mean? Do you know where the new star training camp is? Ah, god of war of Daxia, what are you going to do? I don't have time to talk to you too much. A sergeant from our Daxia died in the new star training camp of your Ka-Yaozi country. All the rest of the team have lost contact. We suspect that a large force has intervened in this training camp. Take me there immediately. Being captured by Dasha's super war god like a little chicken, the guard of the Yaozi kingdom felt annoyed, but did not dare to show it. I'm sorry, Daxia's super god of war. I want to report your words to the general and let him make a decision. Tuobaling Yu said angrily. The situation is urgent and all complicated procedures must be cut down. Now you have only two options. One is to be killed by me, and the other is to take me there. Sha Hukang called personally, and Tuobaling Yu certainly didn't dare to neglect him. Especially this incident is related to the lives of geniuses in the 13 provinces. Tuobaling Yu would rather resign from his official position than do not want his children to encounter any mishaps. Even if nothing happened there, he wouldn't dare to bet. That is the future of Daxia and the fate of thousands of geniuses. He couldn't afford to gamble. Great god of war, do you want to provoke a fight between the two countries? Tuobaling Yu, 1 or 2. Tuobaling Yu has already started to use his sword intention. The terrifying sword intent seemed to be able to tear the sky apart. He wasn't kidding. The guard of the Garyazi kingdom got scared and chose to follow the truest voice in his heart, 222. Tuobaling Yu, I only know the general area. But with the power of your consciousness, I believe that you can quickly scan the place. Take me there. Gayaozi country is not a large country. Soon, Tuobaling Yu and his party arrived at the new star training camp. As expected, the professionals participating in the competition from the Garyazi kingdom had all been controlled by spells, and a secret technique that slowly plundered lives had been cast on them. After a few hours, he will be dead. At this moment, the channel has been closed. However, Tuobaling Yu's people used clues to pursue them and immediately caught a few demon cultists who had not escaped. After some interrogation, Tuobaling Yu's expression was shocked. At the same time, several blockbuster news came out from the media here in the Garyazi kingdom. The new star training camp of Ga-Waisi country was invaded by demonic cultists. All the talented professionals in the Garyazi kingdom have been killed this year. Li Yingya, the person in charge of the training camp of the Garyazi kingdom, turned out to be a member of the demon realm. The leader of the demon world cult this time is Old Man Haikong, the LV-61 super god of war, and 17 gods of war. Dasha training camp is opening the channel urgently and preparing to carry out rescue, but it will take an hour to open the channel. #1 hour of life and death, can the geniuses of the 13 provinces be saved? The real reason for the invasion is revealed. A professional named Lin Chuan in Daxia obtained the key props of Dragon Tomb. Super wanted criminal Haikong old man's information is at the bottom. They are all notorious villains. Biomaniac, Giant Stone Agent, Fire Snake. Information summary. These news not only caused waves in the Gayaozi kingdom. It was the first time that the news reached Daxia's media circle. There were huge earthquakes in 13 provinces. What? No way, Dragon Tomb was invaded. This small country around here is so screwed up. 13 provinces, thousands of geniuses are inside, but now there is a super god of war, more than a dozen gods of war, it's over. Isn't this a wolf among the sheep? Can the kids last an hour? It's difficult. The strength of all the testers is not even that of the quasi-war god. Even those top geniuses can deal with monsters that have turned into war gods. You know, those real people are even more cunning. They have a lot of weapons in their hands. There are props. The top ones among the 13 provinces, Xiao Wu Wang, Xiao Wuji and the others, using their family's trump cards, can stand up to a god of war. If the little god king is still there, the geniuses of the 13 provinces will have one more top expert. Lin Chuan is really a sinner. Some supporters of the Chen family in Baikan, as well as some people from the Gao family in Jinghai who were enemies of Lin Chuan, took the opportunity to fish in troubled waters and blackmail Lin Chuan. Yes, it's a pity that the little god king's spiritual body was poisoned to death by that man named Lin Chuan. What I hate the most is this kind of person who is an expert in civil war and an outsider in foreign war. The geniuses of the Gao family are good at fighting the Devil May Cry formation. If they combine the power of all the trialists to summon ghosts and gods, they may be able to last for an hour, maybe. Beast. This Lin Chuan is really an iron fool. It was he who got the key props that provoked the Demon Realm's cultists to take action. What a terrifying whale. You beasts are here to take advantage of our Laodong genius again. We, Lin Chuan, can be valued by General Shaho Kang. We have no doubt about his character. Laodong Province. City Lord Luo Tianan and Lin Chuan's parents gathered around the hotel, anxiously waiting for further news. They also learned the news immediately. 17 war gods, 1 super war god. Luo Tianan couldn't help but take a breath of air. He can also achieve the promotion to God of War, but he just wants to save more. When you complete the road to awakening and achieve the level of God of War, the richer your savings are, the richer the rewards from heaven will be. Therefore, Luo Tianan had nothing to fear in his heart about the God of War. But this time, there were 17 of them, including a super war god. What kind of concept is this for some small countries where there is no god king? Once faced with a lineup of this level, it may even destroy the country. Super God of War. Beings above level 60 also brought 17 God of War thugs with them. Even Luo Tianan was not sure he could escape when facing a crisis of this level. Lin Fei thought silently in his heart and prayed for his brother. 3 pure ones, Hallelujah, Amitabha, and all the gods and gods in charge of heaven, please bless me, my big brother. Give it some use. Did you hear me? On the other side, Shahu Kang received a call back from Tuobaling Yu. Sorry, General Shaho, I'm late. The passage here has been closed, and I have no way to enter the Dragon Tomb. I know, thank you for your hard work. Now, it seems that all hope can only be placed on the old man Haikong, and he did not meet Lin Chuan in the Dragon Tomb. Lin Chuan and the others were lucky enough to escape for an hour. Everything will be safe until Lei Chan enters. In the Dragon Tomb, old man Haikong followed the map and found a teleportation array. Then, each automatically uses the scroll to enter the second floor. In fact, the space on the second floor is much larger than the first floor, and the first floor is just a province. The second layer is the size of a planet spread out. Old man Haikong. Sanmu, the next step depends on you. Put it on me, Senior Haikong. A bald man walked out of the crowd. There are countless capable people in the demon world. The 17 war gods mastered the power of various laws. This man named Sanmu mastered a kind of law of light. By using this law to strengthen his eyesight, he can instantly see far away and even see through like a clairvoyant. On the 3 eyebrows, a long horizontal eye is opened, with complex lines carved on the eyeball. A beam of light pierced through, and his third eye was like a projector. A shadow appeared, which was captured by his third eye. Soon, Sanmu said in surprise, Senior Haikong. I found it. They are very close to us, in a stone palace 200 miles away. All the talent should be there. It is probably the core item of the Dragon Tomb that guided them into the treasure house. Good. As soon as Sanmu finished speaking, everyone in the Demon Realm Church became excited. Old Man Haikong was even more overjoyed. He clenched his fists with a ferocious and terrifying expression, like an old owl. Ha ha ha, God is really helping me. Let's go, kill all the trialists before Lei Chan enters, and then take away all the secret treasures in the dragon tomb. Hey, that Lei Chan only deserves to eat our farts, the biochemical demon said happily. No, look, there is a white storm on the horizon. The fire snake girl suddenly screamed and pointed in the direction behind her. There, on the horizon, appeared a terrible storm. It keeps amplifying until it almost invades the entire sky. Rumbling, thunderclouds were moving in the sky, and even from a distance, one could feel the terrifying murderous intent contained within. That thing, just like the Black Desert Storm in a tomb-robbing novel, would soon engulf everything and become overwhelming. It's just that this dragon tomb storm is filled with white and thunderous thunder. Not good. Go to the secret vault immediately. Full speed ahead. The second floor of Dragon Tomb is indeed as evil as rumored. As long as a strong human being above the God of War level enters, a terrible storm will be triggered. More than a dozen people jumped up and immediately flew to the third secret warehouse. Perhaps you can temporarily avoid the storm through the secret vault there. In the third secret vault, Lin Chuan finally broke the last chain of heaven. The Storm Dragon King, which was as huge as a mountain, was about to collapse before it crashed down. Ao Tian excitedly turned into a bolt of lightning and entered the center of the Dragon King's eyebrows. Become one with the Storm Dragon King. This is a bloodline talent of dragons. Dragons with royal bloodline can enter the corpses of more powerful dragons and control that giant dragon. However, I can only use the power of my physical body and the spells I have already mastered, but I cannot use the power of the corpse's laws when he was alive. Now Xing's body gradually shrank and turned into a human shape. This super god of war body is extremely powerful. Ao Tian, who is currently controlling Yao Xing, is already considered the strongest undead under Lin Chuan. After taking down the corpse of Yao Xing, the next step is to deal with the Fire Dragon King. At first, Lin Chuan didn't have much confidence, but now, he has Yinglong's wings, so he can escape even if he can't defeat him. Besides, he also has a trump card. The core secret library has been taken away by Lin Chuan. The 8 pagodas devoured a large amount of food, and now it has reached level 65. The quality has also been upgraded to legendary level. Now, for Lin Chuan, this is a legendary magic weapon. Several skills, suppression, protection, and doubling have all been enhanced to the extreme. In addition, after reaching LV 50, there is an additional new skill called Chaos Dragon Power. It can strengthen Lin Chuan's skills, and use the skills released by Lin Chuan to increase the Chaos Dragon Power. The process of raising the Babu Pagoda from level 45 to level 65 also provided Lin Chuan with a large number of attributes. The first 50 levels are upgraded, and all attributes are improved by 100 points each time. Starting from level 51, all attributes can be improved to a full 1000 points each time. But it is not easy to upgrade now. The core treasure house in the entire third secret vault is equivalent to the collection of a big family. He only reached level 15 after being devoured by all 8 pagodas. The difficulty of this upgrade can be said to be quite high. Attributes. Strength 21,253.5 plus 300,000, Speed 21,371.5 plus 15,000, Defense 21,295.2 plus 350,000, Wisdom 22,765 plus 300,000. By now, Lin Chuan's body and normal attributes have all exceeded the 20,000 mark. This is the power he truly holds in his hands. Dylan, Demat, take me to try the Fire Dragon King. Although the Flame Disaster Dragon King is a real super god of war. But Lin Chuan was born with the personality of seeking wealth despite danger. Once he can let his subordinates control a super war god level Fire Dragon Queen who can also refine weapons. This trip to the Dragon Tomb can be considered a win. Demat, yes. Just after answering, Demat suddenly said alertly. Master, there is a super war god, carrying more than a dozen war gods, and is rushing here menacingly. And they also caused a white storm. White storm. There is also a super war god and more than a dozen war gods. What's the situation? The Fire Dragon Archmage Demad masters a secret technique that allows him to share the same vision with the dragons under his command. At this moment, his eyes are shining and he plays out everything he sees. Lin Chuan then saw a dozen people flying towards him in the air. Secret Vault. The stone door is wide open. They have already entered. The geniuses of the 13 provinces must be inside. Kill them all and seize the Dragon Clan's secret treasure. Ha ha ha. Destroy everything. The world belongs to the demon world. Listening to the screams of the madmen in the sky, Lin Chuan also knew the identities of these people. Demon realm cultists. What's happening outside? How did they get into Dragon Tomb? But no matter what, for Lin Chuan, this is an extremely beneficial thing for him. White Storm, and these fools from the demon realm cult. You're here at the right time, you're here at the right time. Lin Chuan was overjoyed, and a brilliant idea came to his mind. Ha ha ha, that's great. I got more than 30 bottles of dragon blood pill. You know, this kind of pill is very difficult to find on the market. When I get it back to the family will definitely reward me heavily. Yes, but if I take out this platinum level dragon armor, how will you respond? I found a volume of dragon martial arts. Although it is gold level, it is still dragon martial arts and is as good as a platinum martial arts volume. Everyone has gained a lot this time. Many people, just from this gain, as long as there are no mistakes in the future head of the family will be stable. After all, it is the core secret vault of Dragon Tomb. The treasures are numerous and precious. It's great. Let me tell you, this time, thanks to Mr. Lin Chuan. Yes, without Mr. Lin Chuan, how can we recruit people on the second floor? And we can also enter this once in a lifetime core secret vault and plunder it. But Mr. Lin Chuan has also killed many people, such as the Lutangao family and several families in Jinghai. When the trial is over, he may face a lot of pressure. At this time, we should stand up and support Mr. Lin Chuan. That's right, a person should repay kindness. We must stand up and support Mr. Lin Chuan. It was the Gao family and the Jinghai family who took action against Mr. Lin Chuan first. We must testify for Mr. Lin Chuan. With Master Lin Chuan's ability, his future achievements will definitely be high. For a family like the Gao family, Master Lin Chuan can create at least 10. But where is Baikon's family? The Chen family of Baikon is a giant family in Daxia, with 3 living god kings in charge. This family is a great pressure for all the families present. Compared to Baikon, these are only medium-sized families. The most terrifying family is Baikon and Chen's family. No matter what, if I need to testify, I will definitely stand up. Me too. Look, what's going on over there in the sky? Suddenly, someone noticed something strange in the sky. A white storm was rapidly enlarging. It's White Storm. Legendary horrific natural disaster. I actually encountered that kind of thing. Fortunately, we are in the secret vault. Run inside quickly. At this time, the many demon realm cultists who were flying ahead started laughing weirdly when they saw the many geniuses. Although the top geniuses in these 13 provinces cannot compare with Lin Chuan's strength. But you can't say they are bad, it's just that Lin Chuan is too strong. These people have the possibility of being promoted to the God of War level in the future. They are either the only professional or a rare profession. They master various top techniques, are strong and have great potential. Ha ha ha, finally found these dolls. Strangle them in their infancy. The biochemical demon flying in the sky took a sudden breath and expanded himself into a giant ball with a diameter of hundreds of meters. Then, boom, the giant ball exploded and generated huge force, pushing the green biochemical demon crazily and smashing it towards the entrance of the stone palace. At this moment, the geniuses who were still outside immediately recognized the identity of the attacker. The demon realm teaches all living beings to transform into demons. He's not a god of war. Why did he invade the Dragon Tomb? And the one covered in a black cloak is Old Man Haikong. Oh my god, what happened outside? How could there be an invasion from the demon world? Everyone is a god of war, and Haikong is a super god of war. It was like a carnival party. When everyone was in the most exciting moment, suddenly a large bucket of ice water poured down on their heads. It was bitingly cold and shivering. How could the demonic sect have invaded in such an unlucky way? But after all, They are all geniuses. They have seen the world and adjusted immediately. Even if there is a glimmer of hope, we must fight for it with all our strength. Boom! The huge green rubber ball smashed down. There was a pop. Divide into dozens of small clones and attack each genius. Biodemon, do you want to eat alone on horseback? Leave some for me. The Boulder agent was furious. If there were only dozens to less than 100 geniuses in total, and they were all killed by the biochemical demon, they would not be able to escape with them. Immediately he also accelerated, his whole body became rigid, and his body formed a stone skin, which was stronger than steel. A god of war instantly transformed into dozens of clones, and the strength of each clone was greatly reduced. But it is enough to deal with these geniuses. Laugh. A genius slashed with the dragon sword he just picked up. The biochemical demon was cut off at the waist, but after the upper body and lower body were separated, they did not die. Instead, they each transformed into a new small demon. Boom! The little devil punched out one by one, directly hitting the genius. His bones collapsed in an instant, and several life-saving props exploded. Most of the damage was transferred, so he did not die immediately. So strong. God of War level is so strong. It was only now that many geniuses suddenly discovered that Lin Chuan was able to kill the God of War in one strike because he was so unbelievable. This God of War level is beyond their reach. Use the decree and the props at the bottom of the box, otherwise we will all die here. These demon cultists are more cruel than monsters. Only by fighting to the death can we have a chance of survival. Kill. In times of crisis, geniuses have no choice but to resort to desperate measures. Release the decree. Some equipped with the God of War's edict immediately used the God of War's edict. A series of decrees rose into the sky, and the talisman light flashed. One by one, the sealed gods of war were blasted out with one blow. Rub 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 rub. More gods of war fell down. Faced with the God of War's blow from the decree, they naturally had to defend themselves a little. Haha, the resistance of the little rabbits is very strong. The snakes on the fire snake girl's head spit out snake messages ferociously. Snakes love to eat rabbits, and rabbits have almost no resistance to snakes. In the eyes of the fire snake girl, the resistance of these little children at this moment does not pose any threat. The infinite sword shadow. The Brontosaurus goes to sea. Strength mountain kick. Xiao Wuji, Xiao Wu Wang, and Xiaonian Wang all took action. The three of them were now the strongest in the team. The three of them made huge gains in the secret vault. His strength has been greatly enhanced, and he has even mastered several unique skills that he had never been able to master before. Xiaonian Wang obtained several Thunder Dragon crystals in the Dragon Tomb, which increased the power of her ultimate move Thunder Dragon out to the sea by dozens of times. Boom boom boom. Thunder Dragon, green sword shadow all over the sky, golden feet. Various visions appeared, blasting and killing the clone of the biochemical demon. Plop. The clones couldn't bear the power and exploded one after another. This time they were truly killed and could not be reborn. Hululu. More than a dozen clones merged into one, reuniting the biological demon. Hoo-hoo, the boat almost capsized in the sewer. These little babies will definitely gain an amazing amount in the secret vault of Dragon Tomb. But from now on, it's all ours. Sanmu smiled ferociously. The third eye, the laser pierces through. Sweep everything. The Thunder Dragon exploded and the sword shadow was shattered. The God of War showed his power, but it was still not something they could resist. Call. What I like best is killing a female genius with a beautiful face with my own hands, ha ha ha. Just before the laser swept towards Bai Ling. Whoosh. A figure, almost unbelievably fast. A big hand stretched out, held up the laser beam, and forced itself in front of Sanmu. It was Lin Chuan. Snapped. Lin Chuan grabbed the three-eyed Tianling guy with one hand. Three-eyed horror. Who are you? The person who killed you. Lin Chuan didn't waste any time. He exerted force on his hand, and at the same time received the blessings of violent blood, doubling, Thunder Dragon Jersey, and Diamond-level Lava Dragon Fire. The longevity suit is activated, and the power of law is flowing in the body. Blessed by Diamond-level Dragon Flames, his hand was as bright as a burning iron. The power exceeds 1 million. Boom. A god of war, without any resistance, his head was crushed to pieces by Lin Chuan's hand. So shocking. No one dared to believe that what they saw before them was real. Ridiculous, bizarre, and extremely unreasonable. It felt like an adult male lion weighing more than 300 kilograms, charging into the sheepfold. As a result, before he started slaughtering everyone, he was gored to death by a lamb whose horns had not yet grown out. How is this possible? Lin Chuan crushed 3 eyes of his head, showing his unparalleled power. He is very satisfied with the current state, and the fit with the heaven and earth rare object eternal life armor is getting better and better. This, Brother Lin, you are already so strong. King Xiao Wu was completely ashamed of himself and even lost the courage to catch up. Xiao Wuji, who was easily destroyed by the Wuji sword shadow with 3 eyes, was already in despair. What he never expected was that Lin Chuan would appear again at a critical moment. And he destroyed a god of war in one blow. The pupils under the compound eye goggles were trembling violently, and his whole body was shaking like chaff. Obviously when he first came in, Lin Chuan was not so strong. Xiao Wuji is puzzled. The war gods of the demon world were not sad because of the death of Sanmu. Instead, they all became excited and crazy. As a group of people who have defected to the demonic world, their spiritual world has been completely polluted by demonic nature. How can the 3 views be the same as those of normal people? They are all extremely selfish. Kuhahaha, how could a normal trialist have such strength? He must have obtained the treasure in the Dragon Tomb's secret vault. That must be it. Are you the Lin Chuan who got the Dragon Scroll? Hand over what you gained from the Dragon Tomb. Lord Lin Chuan, he got the core treasure of Dragon Tomb. Lin Chuan, do you think you have your life? The young boy, relying on sneak attacks and the power of that immortal battlesuit, killed a god of war. Does he think he is invincible? Today I will show you how powerful the god of war is. Boulder Law. Boulder Impact. The body of the boulder agent expanded violently, his muscles bulged, and he turned into a boulder. With a punch, the ground trembled. Under the explosion of energy, the ground jutted out, and giant spikes popped up one after another. The spikes were shaped like bamboo shoots, and the tips were extremely sharp. Cats, cats, if you dodge, all the trialists behind you will die. If you want to be a hero, let me see what you will choose. Agent Boulder grinned ferociously. His move is attached with the power of the law. For those who do not control the law, there is no way to defend and can only avoid it. But the space inside the stone palace is narrow, how to avoid it? Ridiculous. The 8 pagodas. Guard the pagoda. Lin Chuan sacrificed the 8-bud pagoda that was promoted to the legendary level. It is a legendary treasure that naturally breathes spirituality and has runes of light flowing around it. The tower suddenly enlarged, and developed a protective field. All the boulder spikes exploded before they got 30 meters closer to the tower. There is no way to invade the defensive territory of the 8 pagodas. Lin Chuan, I will take you into the tower first, otherwise these war gods will take action and protect you at the same time, which will hinder me. After saying that, Lin Chuan moved the 8-bud pagoda, and a suction force appeared at the bottom of the tower. All the trialists flew into the tower in cooperation. Xiao Wuji and Xiao Wuwang were a little ashamed. They were also the leaders of the province, but now they had to be protected by others. But there is nothing they can do. After all, the opponent has a god of war and a super god of war, which is not something they can deal with. Xiao Wuji, Brother Lin, you have to be careful. The other party has a super war god, the one covered in a cloak. His name is Haikong. He is a long famous strong man in the previous era. He is a strong man in the space system, especially good at formations. Then, Xiao Wuji transmitted everything he knew to Lin Chuan through lightning and flint. We can't let them escape into that tower. Act quickly, otherwise there will be no point rewards. Kill. All the war gods took action together this time. The power of the law and the constructed energy attack were all thrown towards the Babu Pagoda. The 8 pagodas, the protective power is absolutely doubled. Doubling the power, blessing and protecting. The pagoda condenses a huge and solid shadow, which can withstand all kinds of attacks, as if it is the immovable King Ming. At the same time, Ao Tian, who was controlling his father's body, and Di Lan, the commander of the fire dragon, rushed out from both sides one after another, forming a cornered force to strangle the group of war gods. After Di Lan obtained the top weapons, her strength increased greatly. The same goes for Ao Tian. With his God King level body, driven with all his strength, the power of a punch is extremely terrifying. Who? The aura of the super god of war. No, it's just a physical body, it has no power of law. What happened? Why are all the dragons here helping him? The gods of war fought in close combat with Dylan Aocean. Aotian and Delan's surprise attack successfully bought Lin Chuan time. After collecting all the people into the Babu Pagoda, the geniuses from the 13 provinces saw that the interior of the pagoda was filled with various formations. The formations overlapped each other and formed several large formations. They are protection, suppression, doubling, and chaotic dragon power. As the 8-bud pagoda advances, more and more mysteries appear. This is a treasure created by the top boss in the heaven, and it is extremely mysterious. Lin Chuan's voice appeared inside the tower. There are many formations and mechanisms in the Babu Pagoda. These formations require the infusion of power to drive them. Now, I will temporarily open the authority and let you drive the 8 pagodas to deal with these gods of war. The suppressive effect of the 8-bud pagoda has changed. Okay, Mr. Lin Chuan, we'll take care of it. Finally I can help, haha. I'm here to stop the eastern formation eye of the attack and killing formation. I'm standing west. Inject power and activate the formation for me. These geniuses are at the top of the 13 provinces, and they also know a lot about the formations. At this moment, after Lin Chuan released the control authority, he quickly got started and could immediately join forces to control the 8 pagodas in battle. Whoops! The legendary magic weapon suddenly came to life. The pagoda windows glow. Under the strong urging of all the geniuses, it broke through the air directly and hit a fire snake girl at a speed exceeding 10 times the speed of sound. The fire snake girl immediately felt like she was in a life and death crisis. Snake law. 10,000 snakes. The snake heads on the fire snake girl's head were densely pierced, intercepting the pagoda that was hitting it. But it can't be stopped at all. The 8 pagodas are like an out-of-control dump truck. Bang! The fire snake girl tried her best to dodge, but the 8-bud pagoda was too fast, and she still smashed half of the fire snake girl's body into pieces. Broken bones and flesh fell to the ground. Ah! The fire snake girl yelled ferociously. The fire snake girl is a god of war. Although she is in the middle of the crowd, she shouldn't be. She is completely unable to defend herself. How could someone who normally masters the power of law be smashed into pieces by a treasure weapon? Obviously, the strength of these 8 pagodas has surpassed that of any war god present. Legendary treasure, Old Man Haikong said excitedly, breathing rapidly. His eyes were greedy. It turned out to be a legendary treasure. The strength of the legendary treasure is equivalent to that of a super god of war who has practiced martial arts. There are some dungeon planes filled with various refined treasures and props. Most of the legendary treasures among them are at the super god of war level. Their bodies are filled with law runes, so they can crush the fire snake woman's body with one blow. What? Legendary treasure weapon. How can a level 30 kid possess such a treasure? Even the best treasure in my hand is just a set of star-level formation flags. In the hands of this boy, this thing is indeed a gift from heaven. Boy, I accept this treasure. The old man Haikong was so excited that he didn't care about the life or death of the people around him, not even the fire snake girl. Directly summon the star-level formation flag. Whizzing. 12 black formation flags rotate and intertwine to form a magic formation, operating the secret power of space. The 8 pagodas must be sealed. Old man Haikong smiled ferociously. Haha, this formation of mine can isolate dimensions and cut off the connection between you and the treasure here. Boy, if you meet me, you will have to consider yourself unlucky. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.